kind of calling himself old, and then you made it about you.
Welcome to the show, Steve. Hi.
This is true. This is my first time listening to a STF thing, of course.
Yeah. That never.
This is all new to me.
Yeah.
Also, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, happy early birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
It's so funny. Like every time I do try to come in with a banter where I try to talk about something serious that I might be feeling or weighing on my mind, it's like immediately torpedoed by my friends.
Well, you didn't let me know. You got to let me know ahead of time, Adam. I'm bad at reading the room.
I like to surprise you with drama. You know. Nothing like some good surprise drama.
I don't like it.
That's how we're starting tonight, guys.
Hey, Adam, how are you doing, sugar? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Well, I'm doing okay. I'm glad to be here. It was just a long day at work. You know what I mean?
Fair. What about the rest of our awesome crew here that we have? Our lovely friends, the STF friends.
That's you guys.
That's
how are y'all doing?
Hey,
we waved.
We waved.
Yeah, we waved. We fulfilled our obligation.
This is a visual medium,
We're
right?
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, today it is, but on Friday, nobody's going to know how you feel.
All the audio-only listeners are like, I don't know. How do they feel? Are they okay?
Why is everybody being so silent right now?
Now you know.
My character's a mime.
Oh, no.
I'm going to play a mute. Tyler, how was that when you had to GM a mute for a podcast?
I don't know. It wasn't really that different from normal play from him.
It was definitely in character, I suppose.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, man. Well, tonight we are going to play the boring part of this game, which is the not character creation part. I'm just kidding. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be fun. But I feel like I'm even less prepared for this than I was for the character creation portion.
I feel right at home now. Okay.
We are going to be playing a pre-written adventure called Marooned on Marduk, and we'll kind of get into that in a little bit. But this is going to be the final episode of STF and Friends for 2023. So, because we're going to take a holiday break, and do you guys have any fun plans for the holidays?
Oh man, survive.
I said fun plans, Tyler.
That's the most fun I can consider in your question.
That's all I got, Adam. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
It sounds pretty nice.
If I can survive, I'll be doing great.
Yeah.
I heard that. You guys like going out of town? Are people coming to you? Or are you just like Scrooging it up?
I think we're gonna Scrooge this year, honestly.
Nice. You're gonna do a little Christmas with the Cranks action?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Skipping Christmas?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'll put up a tree. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We are unable to do really any Christmas stuff ourselves because we'll be moving. You know, Grace was like, "Well, can we still put out the Christmas decorations?" And I was like, "No, we are not going to unpack things. We are going to pack things."
Unpacking is specifically against the rules right now.
Yes, but I feel because it's our favorite time of year, and so I promised that we would go hard in our new place next year. So
you're gonna have to now.
Yeah. But we did go to Ren Fair yesterday, so that was fun. It was the last day of Ren Fair.
Is this
so they
your
did
second time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
Yeah, they did a big firework display, and I think that we were probably too close to the fireworks.
That tracks.
You know, like
for that
they were like
it
was like a big fireworks. Like it wasn't just like the stuff that you buy and shoot off on your street the 4th of July. Like this was like a full on firework thing, but like. Typically, that's being done way off in the distance, and you're seeing it but I could see the people lighting the fuses, and there, like some of those fireworks exploded maybe like 100 yards over our heads, and it was like, geez, Louise, man, like I was like looking at them, I was like, I don't know if we should look at these. Those are like flashbangs going off, and but it was fun.
You'd be fine.
Adam, did you dress up?
I did.
What'd you dress up as?
A ranger.
Post pics, you coward.
I will.
He did.
I'm not scared.
He's
I've done
posted
it.
some in the Discord.
Good.
All right, I'm going to your Discord.
Let me go investigate this.
Fill the time
Oh, it's
for
a
me. I want to
stream.
see this.
Investigate this.
It's probably going to be in Travelog.
Yeah.
Okay, travel log.
Yeah.
I'll let the listening audience know what I think.
Okay,
Speaking
good.
of
This is
traveling,
what they tune in
right.
for. Thank you, Steve.
Mhm.
Yes,
You're
yes.
doing the hard
Yep.
work. The Lord's
Live
work.
action
even.
commentary.
Live action.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
a really popular genre.
Yeah.
Truly.
I mean.
Yeah, I feel like Christmas or the holidays for you guys are all stressful, so I'm going to pivot and say, Emily, do you have any fun plans for your birthday?
I have some very exciting plans for my birthday.
What are you going
ready?
to do for your birthday? Yeah.
So, tomorrow, okay,
Uh.
I actually think I'm going to do a little birthday stream. I said I wasn't going to do any streaming the rest of the year, but
Mhm.
this is an exception to the rule
Yeah.
for birthday stuff. And then we're going to go eat at a new... It opened up just like maybe a mile from our house, and it looks so fucking sketchy, and I want to go eat there. It's a new Italian place that like opened in a old like basically a fish and chips kind of shop. So it's very small, it's very hole in the wall. I'm like, it's gotta be good, either that or really bad. So we're gonna eat there, and then we're gonna look at Christmas lights. Yeah, I'm old now. We'll probably
Now
all do
you're
this
making
before
me
8.
sad. Now you're making me sad.
We may go see not tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday. We may go see the new Godzilla movie. That's about it.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I know, very exciting.
I am regretting my banter choice.
Well, you know, we all make mistakes, Adam. So.
Yeah.
So, yep, a couple notes. I
Okay.
can find the pictures, so that's
Okay.
unfortunate.
Oh, I will find and link them to you, baby boy. I got
All right,
you.
yeah, we could. This is good. I do need to see them. But going back to what I'm doing around the holidays, I'm going back to visit my folks in Chicago, and I've got a good friend from college who lives there, and he has been dating this girl for like a year or so that I have not met yet, which is kind of strange because I see him all the time. Like we make trips to visit each other, and so he's like he's making reservations at this place for dinner and drinks and everything, and he's texting me the whole time like, oh, you can meet my girlfriend, whatever, we're gonna get fucked up and you can crash tonight at my place. And I'm like, this is gonna be a Wednesday night and the first time I'm meeting your girlfriend? He's like, yeah, brother.
Yup.
All right,
Let's
sure.
go.
Okay, going hard. I love it. I love Grace's ensemble. It's beautiful.
Mhm. All right, we posted you links in Travelog there.
Yeah. I'm
Look at
I'm-
his
I'm
fun
going.
cape. It's a fun cape.
okay.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
That is
it's
a fun cape.
It's a starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I like your belt pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like your boots. Those are like
Those
duck
are
boots.
just like
yeah,
what
I know. I just
normally
enjoy
wear.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like this
Oh.
lean you got in the photo.
Mhm, yeah.
yeah.
You're really
That's-
giving the smolder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Ranger lane. didn't
Uh-huh.
you
That's that
know?
Ranger lane.
Yeah.
That's Ranger
And the-
Danger, baby. You better look out. He'll get you.
I do think Grace beat me though.
I mean, it's
And
not a competition, but yeah, 100% she
She
won.
totally won. She totally won.
What about you, Sam? Y'all got anything special coming up?
All of my family is local, and there's a lot of them. And we missed Christmas last year because everybody in my house had COVID.
Oh no.
So this year is going to be a gauntlet of making up for that. It's a lot of events and a lot of loud rooms for like good 4 straight days. So I'm going to be real tired come the 27th.
I'm gonna send you all the good vibes, babe. I think I managed to duck all of our because it's just me and Matthew, right? Like we don't have any others than the fur babies, so we don't have to do a lot of in-laws and family things. So if I can just get through like my mom's Christmas Day thing, we'll be golden, baby. Fingers crossed.
That sounds nice.
Mm.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's travel.
I mean, okay. Like, who's paying for the tickets? Are we splitting? Where are we going, actually?
our poor rubes that are our viewers.
Jeez.
Straight up grifting your rubes.
Yeah, we got you. Got you. Oh man. So last time we made characters, and it was quite the experience. We all had a good time. If we can we just kind of go through each of you and give me a quick summary of who your character is and how they got to a transport ship? Well, I'll give some details about the transport ship. Just give me kind of the summary of who your character is from last session. So who wants to start?
I think our Agent of Chaos should go first.
Yeah, Steve.
What was that mean?
No question. No question.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So I am playing Cormac Parker. This is a character who grew up on a, lack of a better term, mining vessel, a giant capital-sized ship that is owned and operated by this fictional corporation that I crafted up called Hayakawa Corp. Basically, what these ships do, the type of ship that Cormac grew up on, is they fly to a planet that has a solid crust but a liquid center or liquid under it, and then they drop gravity tethers down to rip part of that crust away, crack the planet open, and suck out all the valuable liquid stuff and transport it elsewhere in the galaxy. So the ship that he grew up on is called the Typhoon. And as he served on the Typhoon as, I believe I was a citizen or civilian for my years of growing up in the Traveler system, he discovered some pretty horrific stuff that Hayakawa was covering up. And instead of doing the right thing and reporting it to the authorities or trying to be an agent of change, he became an agent of the company and got deeper and deeper in until he was tasked to kill someone who was trying to uncover the machinations of evil Hayakawa Corp. And it didn't quite go as planned, and that's essentially where he is today.
Okay, great. Can you give us a little bit of physical description of your character?
Yeah, so I drew a lot of inspiration from the feature film Con Air,
Sorry,
because I initially am using the voice affectations of Nicolas Cage in my character for voice, and since he got locked up at the end of last session, which is where I think we're entering this session, is him as a prisoner, I said, hey, when has Nicolas Cage played a convict? And of course that's Con Air. So if you're thinking like someone with a Nick Cage build, face, and hair, that's Con Air hair, so it's clear down to his shoulders. He's in a white tank top and the bluest blue jeans.
Awesome. I'm playing this music. It's called Adventure Begins, and it's very hopeful and like lilting and totally in opposition to your character. So let's go to Tyler, and you tell me about yours.
So my character's name is Celebrant Applebottom. Celebrant is from a planet that I conceptualized a few weeks ago that we named on stream. It's called Bacchanal. And Bacchanal is basically the culmination of hippie culture to the point where like it's met its corporate end point, like corporate dystopian hippie world, right? And Bacchanal is all about intent and peace and harmony, but Bakken Corp ships naturalistic products off-world at a premium cost because of all the hippy-dippy stuff. Celebrant very much embodies that sort of outlook on life, with peace and harmony, and his mother, Gorgia, was a very driving force in his life. Many of Celebrant's friends are there. Sorry, I'm cracking up a little bit. A lot of Celebrant's friends are there because Gorgia's hot. A lot of his contacts are there because they wanted to find and get in the gorge, if you will.
Can we just take a second to appreciate what her full name is?
Gorgia Applebottom.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
So as far as Celebrant, who he is, he kind of worked a desk job for many years, literally at the nuts and bolts department at an engineering firm that his mom basically got him the job for. And in his off time, studied law and somehow found himself, with a weird step space daddy that we'll talk about here soon, I'm sure. Who's just the same age that Celebrant is, but they're lawyer buddies, and their clients are about to be transported off world. So, yeah, gonna get comfortable. Yeah.
All right. Well, that takes us to you, Sam.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you go, Tyler, did you give you a physical description?
Oh, you know what? I didn't. I pictured, since I'm really pulling a lot of Southern stoner like into the voice for this one when it comes down to it, I figured Matthew McConaughey is going to be the best place to go for this. But I'm thinking like Matthew McConaughey with hair down to the middle of his back,
Ooh.
long, wavy, curly blonde, a short cropped beard. He's wearing the traditional Bacchanal advocate uniform, which is just a Baja sweater. Hey, man. Look, that's just tradition, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with him.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry about that.
Well, I will be playing the Marquis, Has Shreddington the 11th. Has grew up on the planet of Aspinox as a sort of planet-side nobility, part of the long line of Shreddingtons, who have, of course, ruled over the ski resort planet for time untold. After, they grew up and they moved on with their lives, they had to go, as was expected of a Shreddington, to Space Yale, where they majored in partying with a side of space crew and did a semester abroad, which I think really helped them get into their career, which was doing nothing, partying with everyone, with all the richest and most influential people really that they could find. And they spent a lot of time partying, which led them to gambling and a sort of accidental law career where we're not really sure exactly what happens, but apparently they wrote some law textbooks and passed a bar exam. They probably don't even remember that happening. But eventually, the people age and they got to settle down a little bit. So Has took up with just a beautiful woman named Gorgia, who he met probably space gambling in some establishment somewhere, but really found the call to settle down in a little backwater place called Bacchanal and start a little bit of family with Gorgia's husband and the adult son, who is probably the exact same age as Has. But I think that, since they eventually came into their title when their parents were both killed in a freak ski lift accident, of course. But then they came into their title and became the Marquis Shreddington instead of just Has. But then, they're looking to get some direction in their life. So they posted like a kind of want ad saying like lawyer for hire. And they just Googled basically what was the highest price any lawyer charges and just posted double that. Because I figure that's how you let people know you're the best. You're the most expensive. And I think that's probably how they got the job from the Hayakawa Corporation.
Easily.
Yeah.
They are not looking into it any further, not putting any more thought in. This guy must be good. Get him.
This guy costs twice as much as everybody
Look at that
else.
price tag. He's
I want that
gold.
guy.
Gold standard.
As far as appearance goes, I mean, we're growing straight the rich bad guy in a ski movie. So the one I'm specifically channeling here is Sebastian Stan from the 2010 classic Hot Tub Time Machine. So probably right around 6 feet tall, continuously wearing a very tight, pale turtleneck, and ski pants or some kind of jacket, and with the sort of weirdly nondescript colored hair, like part in the middle, and just the most intense cleft chin you've ever seen.
You could go swimming in it.
Can eat cereal out of that bad boy.
And of course, traveling perpetually with a snifter of space brandy, or since they're on Bacchanal, space kombucha.
Yeah, obviously.
Hey, I'm drinking that.
This actually is kombucha, so.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I raise my boots to you. All right, great. Well, Emily, that leaves you and Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm playing too. Hi. Wyatt Blaine is his name, and journalism is his game. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wyatt came from the high-tech world of Portland 3, where he was a little bit of, oddly, kind of an outcast in that he was much more of a physical boy than he was a tech genius, though he wasn't, bad at engineering and such. But he's also a very social creature, so he wanted to do something that got him a little more out and about. So he went into journalism and started trying to... Hold on. Let me specify. He went into sports journalism.
Yeah.
And then somehow managed to make his way into the seedy underbelly of the goings-ons of Hayakawa Corp. Did I say it right? Hayakawa?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Where apparently he found something that they didn't want him to find because he got a hit put out on him by none other than Nicolas Cage. Wyatt's just a chill little boy. I think he was kind of just trying to uncover the truth, and golly gee, the truth got a little thick. And he got his throat slit. Was that correct? And stabbed? Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yep,
Pretty
that's correct.
hardcore. I didn't love it for him. For me, I didn't love it for me. I see in my head the perfect combination. If Tobey Maguire and Matthew Lillard had a baby, that would be Wyatt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see
Okay.
it.
I love this casting, by the way.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Inspired.
Whose jawline? Matthew Lillard's jawline or Tobey Maguire's? It's important for that cross.
I'm gonna go with Matthew. I think
With
he has a
Matthews, all right,
stronger
yeah.
jaw. So
Strong
yeah.
jaw.
Yeah, the genes would win out there.
It was Matthews before Wyatt was attacked.
Yeah.
Now it's Tofu's.
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
no.
Oh, Toby's doing fine, y'all. Leave him alone. He's doing fine. But yeah, Wyatt's here, and man, he's keeping his head on as much of a swivel as he can with all the bandages around his throat, because he just got stabbed recently.
So no. So
Just kidding.
so now that we have all the descriptions, let me kind of like housekeep and kind of tie this together, okay? So that happened. I will say it probably took about a month to track down Cormac before he was arrested. And then I think at this point now, it's been about a year and a half, okay? And Cormac has been sitting in jail for the last year and a half, kind of in a holding facility, because Bacchanal has recently outsourced all of their legal aspects of government because of the conflict that's going on between Bachancourt and Bacchanal the planet.
I just assumed that they couldn't be bothered to deal with all those bad vibes.
Something like
dealing
that,
with
sure.
punishment.
So
It's a
yes,
twofer.
so Wyatt has had a year to recover, and also that Cormac has had a year in jail.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, and so with that, Steve, I want you to take a +1 to dexterity or strength, your choice.
Oh boy. I think it kicks over from a 0 to a +1 at 9, right?
Mhm.
From 8 to 9. Well, that's strength's an 8, baby. It's going to a 9.
Oh.
It's my first positive modifier.
Oh,
My
shit.
first and only positive
Who
modifier.
says crime doesn't pay?
Hell yeah, I'm doing great right now.
Yeah. And at the beginning of this case, both Celebrant and I think that it was Haz's idea to try to find some way to bond with his new stepbrother son. With Celebrant, that they both work on the case representing the two different parties. And so they've been spending a year working on the case, and they're going to go to this other planet that's, for story reasons, a long way away. And so they are now, it's been a year, and it's now come time for them to actually go to the trial. But they're also, Bacchanal is kind of struggling financially because of the whole moon explosion thing, and I'm gonna just say there's probably been some side effects that they've been having to deal with that weren't considered.
God, about the moon exploding.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Instead of trickle down, it's more of a space chunks down.
Yeah, so there's
great.
a lot of the investment capital has gone into cleanup on that.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on your planet. Is all I'm saying here. Hayakawa Corp 2024.
God.
Yeah, so because of that, everybody's going to be going on one transport ship. And for now, you guys will be kept in separate areas of the transport ship. It's not like we're squeezed all in one little cargo hold there. And your journey is pretty uneventful. But you're gonna make a pit stop in Marduk, which is known to be kind of a pit stop planet. It is kind of on the way to everywhere in the middle of nowhere, if that makes sense. That's the type of place. It's mostly uninhabited. Surprising that Hitachi Corp is that
Hitachi Corp? Yeah.
Never seen Emily's eyes get bigger. This is Hayakawa Corp.
Hayakawa's Corp. Yes.
This game just got interesting.
It's surprising that they haven't cracked Marduk, but they haven't yet.
You don't want to see the Hayakawa wand.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
So anyways, Marduk Marduk is, as I said, mostly uninhabited. It's lots of greenlands and ocean, and the indigenous people that live there live on these archipelago islands, and then there's this main port that's called the Marduk Downport. So the way it works is your ship's gonna dock on the Marduk High Port, which is like an orbital station, and then you'll go down to the surface. To find some better lodging, that befits has.
I was just gonna say one specific person. All the rest of us are.
Right.
Well, you have to have certain expectations.
Yeah.
Is the thing. People expect you to have standards.
I mean, you're a
It's hard.
Shreddington. You can't not.
So you arrive in the Marduk system after a week in the jump. And here, let's change this dramatic music because the adventure has indeed begun. All right. The traffic control makes contact quickly and efficiently and directs the vessel to berth on the appropriate arm of the station. Port is not particularly large, but it is clearly in good repair and well maintained. There's a couple of utility craft are busy around the port, and there may be a fighter or two on patrol. Traffic is pretty light right now, with just 1 or 2 ships in the system. It's pretty standard practice for passengers to be given a quick, rundown of protocols when you arrive. And so when you get there, there's a dock attendant that kind of greets you guys as a group if you come off the ship and does give you a little bit of a briefing. They tell you that the transit to the planetary surface is by way of Highport shuttles only. Sidearms and hand weapons are permitted on the port and ground side, but nothing heavier. Similarly, light personal body armor of a discreet nature is acceptable, but anyone trying to come in with cloth or heavier armor will be refused entry. The same rules apply at the downport and its associated city, and there is nowhere else to go on planet. It's a pretty standard list of prohibitions on stealing, violence, murder. All your normal crimes are illegal here. There's not really any unusual restrictions on any items brought in, but licenses are required to sell sensitive goods such as weapons, starship parts, advanced electronics, and the like. Your first impressions are generally good. The port's customs and security people are smartly dressed, polite, efficient. And so I want to take a moment for you guys to just get into character and tell me what you do while you're waiting on the shuttle transport to go downside to the surface of Marduk. Let's start with Wyatt and Celebrant.
So I'm actually a little bit nervous. This is my first time being on another world other than Bakken, y'all. And I'm feeling a little bit jittery, Wyatt. Have you ever been off your home world?
I mean, yeah, I have. I've done some work. Sorry, my throat's still a little scratchy because I got stabbed in the throat.
Right,
Sorry.
right. I know that is a stressful situation to be in.
I can't. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Hey, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you just say, all right, all right, all right?
All right, all right, all right.
Workshop it.
I don't rightly understand, but I tell you what, Wyatt, you're in a sensitive place right now, and I support you in all of your strange requests.
That's why I appreciate you, Selmran. You're a good guy, Sel. No, I've been off world a few times because, my job took me a few different places. Some of those places I kind of wish maybe I hadn't gone to in retrospect. But it's fine. It's fine. No, it'll be fine. Just, make sure that you adhere to the local customs. You don't do anything outside of the norms, and we'll be fine. We're just, here to take care of business,
Right. I am very excited to continue working on our case together. I thought I had more to say, but you know what? I just don't.
I think
I'm
eventually,
kind of speechless, actually.
I think eventually Tyler's character is just going to turn into the blue chicken from Futurama. The bird lawyer.
Your Honor.
I object to myself for this case.
I'd like to hold myself in contempt.
All right. Well, let's go over to Haz and Cormac and see how they're doing on their side.
Well, I mean, Cormac is in the like um the type of handcuffs that are you're cuffed at the wrist and the ankles, and there's a chain that connects the two of them,
Kinky.
and his hair's down and long. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Maybe we just come in kind of mid conversation to where him and Hasdorn's like, "Hey, Marquis, you think this place that we're going to be set up for a couple days is going to have some of that good Bach and Y'all coffee, or do we got that cheap instant shit?"
Well, I assume that whatever this place is, they will have spared no expense, given that they've heard my name at the very least. Would you like a cocktail? Did I ask you already?
Oh wow, it would probably go right to my head. They don't let me drink anything but the toilet wine for alcohol when you're in the clink, you know?
Oh, that's unacceptable. You're traveling with nobility now, and Has will go over to their traveling automatic bartender that they have set up on the ship,
Because of course.
and like punch in some codes and say, "Unfortunately, I don't have the latest model, which I hear 3D prints a coconut for you, but we'll have to scrape by."
Now, don't be telling my parole officer about this. I don't think I'm supposed to be intoxicated at this time.
And Has punch in some codes and just come up with something enormous and pink with several crazy straws and umbrellas sticking out of it. And it's just handed over to the bound individuals. Like, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, so you do. So just to be clear, Cormac does have a law enforcement agent also accompanying you, but has this, I'm sure, paid said agent off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We
and
can't
this
allow my client not to have basic rights of cocktails.
Yeah.
Thanks, bailiff. I appreciate you taking into consideration my mental well-being as well as my physical.
Right. I don't care too much about you. I'm just trying to get a free drink from Has over here. So I won't say nothing. If you could just get me one of them fancy drinks as well, we can all just make this a pit stop, and I'll do my job. And as long as you don't cause any trouble there, I really don't care. I'm just here to make sure that you don't slice anyone else, and that the person that you did slice doesn't try to kill you, since we had to share a ship.
Bailiff, we've been over this 100 times. That was clearly self-defense.
Well, save it for the trials. I'm no lawyer or advocate or whatever you call yourselves in this world, but I'm just here to make sure that you get to point A, or from point A to point B. Right. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go have a drink over here. I'm going to trust him in your care, Has. I'm really terrible at my job.
Yep.
I hope you're good at your job.
Oh, well, I'm fantastic at my job, I assure you. I've never done it before, but I assume.
Oh, that's tough for you, Cormac.
Hey, it's a wide galaxy. We'll see how things go. Take care. Gonna go drink my yard-long cocktail because my hands can't reach my face in my present state.
I can't rightly undo your bindings. That so the thing is they track that, right? So they would
Too
know.
bad. Sounds will have to get me one of those crazy straws.
All right, you could get him a crazy straw, just nothing with any sharp ends, okay?
Oh, most certainly. Just your finest reusable plastic.
Right. Well, I'm going to go gamble my life savings away.
There's an epidemic in this side of the galaxy. There's so much gambling. Are we okay? Is everybody all right?
Oh, the thing is, in this galaxy, the only thing that happens when you gamble is you get more money when you retire.
Right. Like it turns out that it's better for you to be a gambler. So
I guess get on it. Okay.
It's always good.
it's always
All
good.
right, Wyatt. So I'd offer to take you to the bar for a drink, but I think I know where Mr. Shreddington is at the moment. And I think we should review what do you do if you see the man before the trial.
Okay. I will just go on the record and saying I love Haz. Haz is great. His mom's great. Just a good
Haz
time.
his mom?
Haz's mom is great. Wait, no, sorry, that's your
We haven't
mom.
met Haz's mom.
That mom that he's in love with is great.
Haz's mom is dead. Freak ski accident.
Rest her soul. No, but he's fine because I have Haz is a contact of mine. I think, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we met on the gambling circuit.
yeah, that was
The
it.
World Series
Yeah,
of
that was
Poker.
it. Yeah, have no problem with Haz. Haz is totally fine. This is a-okay.
But
But
that's
if that
not
scrawny
the man.
little motherfucker comes around and listen, okay, all right, I'm gonna be good outwardly, but in my
Remember the script. It's to say nothing.
I thought we were gonna
That's the
workshop that. I thought we
script.
were gonna come back with better lines. Like I need
No.
I need a singer.
I know you feel like you need something,
Uh-huh.
but let the justice system work itself out.
The wheels of justice are so slow.
They are.
If you listen, okay, listen. This may be the pain meds talking, but I think if you just block the door so nobody can see or get in, I can just, tit for tat, get him back. I don't really know how to use a knife, but I suppose that the pointy end goes away from me. And I'm just gonna go sit down. I'm gonna sit
Gonna
down.
pretend I didn't hear that just now,
That's fine.
Wyatt.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's go sit down.
All right. Script. Don't say nothing.
Say nothing.
Don't say
See the man, don't say
Say
nothing.
nothing. And he's just muttering to himself the whole time. Say something.
So you guys get your foods, get your libations, hang out for a little while, and then it's about time for you guys to head groundside, right? Get down to the actual planet, so you can get to a 5-star hotel, because they only have 3-star hotels here on the high port, which is just not sufficient.
Yeah, that's an insult to even mention that those exist.
Yeah.
The shuttle service is safe and cheap. It's 50 credits each way, but they're not high performance models. It could take about 2 to 3 hours to get down to the surface.
Are we on the same shuttle, Adam?
Well, yes, you guys are going to end up on the same shuttle, and at this point, you guys are sitting in 2 aisles that run down the side, facing each other, and so you are now face to face for the first time since we'll say the arraignment, where they then decided to send you to Planet Law, and
Great. So
Did you answer
So we're
that
all
question
sitting there.
in chat for me, Adam? Did you answer
what's that?
In the Roll20 chat. Just curious. Just curious.
Yes.
All right.
Don't make me regret this.
No.
okay.
We're just
So,
sitting.
so
Go
we're
ahead.
sitting there. I've got a yard-long drink with a big old crazy straw that I'm halfway through at this point. And Cormac's gonna break the silence and say, "Hey, sport, no hard feelings about the run-in we had a little while ago. Slips, trips, and falls are the #1 cause of accidents, and it's unfortunate. I've seen a lot of mistakes on the job, and unfortunately, sometimes somebody gets hurt. But as I was walking with my dinner knife and you fell into it, that fall seems to kind of be your fault, and I seem to be the one who's taken the fall for your fall. But I digress. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Could you have your client not discuss court matters in public?
Well, I think it's fine to promote a sort of free exchange of information.
Well, I'm concerned.
What are we if not a communicating people? You know,
I'm concerned about your client's neck, to be honest.
As y'all are talking, the sealed door closes, and you see the bailiff like running up, like with with like on the wrong side of the door as the transport ship's pulling away, and he's like banging on the airlock window, like, I'm supposed to be there. Oh, I'm so fucked. So now the bailiff is not on this ship.
Wyatt looks at the bailiff getting smaller and smaller and smaller as we move away. And this whole time, he's had his arms like crossed kind of over his chest and like kind of just drumming his fingers against the arm that it's crossed on. And the more that Cormac talks, the closer that hand, those fingers start drumming up a little bit further onto his chest. Maybe where, I don't know, one might have a shoulder holster. Who's to say? These are things maybe we'll learn later on. But mostly he just mutters and grumbles. But he sticks to the script.
I have to say, Wyatt, I admire your restraint. If I was in your place, I probably would have shot this man already. Though I probably shouldn't say that out loud.
The greatest liar ever. I should not have said that.
You're not the only ones on this ship, by the way. Good. So let me introduce you to a couple of the other characters that are on the ship. The first one you see is this slightly overweight man, about middle age. Here, Emily, I'll actually put up a...
Oh, he's on there. I mean,
okay.
But if you can get it to blow it up, that's okay.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know if that helps at all, but...
Not really. I'm just going to zoom in. It's fine.
There you go. Okay, so... And he's dressed in like brown slacks and a light blue shirt. Doesn't quite go with the trousers. His shoes are very, very worn, if any of you care to notice. And he overhears you guys kind of talking. He says, "Oh my, it sounds like we got ourselves a little tit for tat court case here. I've been reading up also on all sorts of different cases. I love crime TV. Do y'all watch crime TV? I love crime TV. And podcasts, those real crime podcasts, I listen to like all of them. I've listened to all of them from the first episode to the last episode. I like them all. I just, what's up?"
What's up?
That was a lot of introduction, mister. My name is Celebrant. What's your name?
Well, my name is Finan Trevix. Pleased to meet you.
No, it's not. What?
Finan Trevix.
Finan.
Yeah, you can just call me Fi.
All right.
What?
Is that like all you listen to? Is that just the crime
Oh,
TV? Is that...
I mean, no, I listen to lots of things, really, but that's my favorite. I listen. I'm just a guy who I got a lot of money. Inherited a lot of money.
I don't know
So
how you made it this far in
this
life,
is-
homie.
The weirdest man.
I'm
And that's
sorry.
saying something in this company.
Well, no. So the reason I say that is because you asked what else I listen to. I also listen to like a lot of investment advice podcasts, like Mad Money and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You keep saying this Cormac Parker. That's Parker with a P. Yeah, you keep saying this word podcast. Is that something that's gotten popular in the last, I don't know, 12 months behind bars? Because never heard of it.
You ain't never heard of a podcast? Where are you from?
The prison on Bakken Y'all.
You was born in the prison?
No, I'm just assuming this is a new fad.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. Most of the podcasts I'm listening to are like 100 years old. So, like, the investment hasn't turned out so good for me because a lot of the stocks don't exist anymore. But I just really love the way that dude talks, like when he yells in my ear, and he hits all those little doodads and makes all those sounds. I think it's funny.
You've got a weird
Esteemed Marquis, if I don't make it out of prison, I'm going to want some podcasts in my deal.
Oh, we can get you the greatest podcasts, I think. We can get you some Spotify exclusive deals.
Yeah, well, listen.
I'm sorry. What brings you? What are you going to listen to a podcast or
No. So I told you, I just mentioned that I just inherited a pretty large sum of money. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you so you get the context to understand that I'm going to Marduk to try to liquidate this investment. But I got a little bit of a trouble because, GD Co., which is the local corporation there, they're being a corporation and they got policies and something, I don't know, something about bulk disinvesting or whatever that means. So I can't just get my money. I can't stay long because I got family back home and I sunk all the money I did have in tickets to get here. So, it's just kind of a pain in the butt, really. But, I got more money than I could ever use. And so, if you guys could help me out a little bit, I just need a little money to get my money out, and you could buy into part of this investment.
What do you say, Wyatt? Want to go in 50-50?
The most just almost physically painful stare of hate and anger comes barreling towards you.
I think when you're talking about liquidating, you found yourself speaking to the right gentleman.
Right. So I can't do it in one lump sum, right? So if I sell you just parts of my investment, I'll give it to you at a discount, right? And then I can get my money. All I need from you is your social security number and 20,000 credits.
It's just 20,000.
I'm just kidding about the social security. I'm trying to disarm the situation because I know this sounds like a scam, but this is for real. You can look it up. They got this big bulk problem that I can't get around, and it's annoying. I'm sorry. I share too much when I get nervous, and I don't like to fly, and so I'm scared about this journey down to the surface. So you got to forgive me.
Can we space Google that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Is there some reason why you are scared other than the flying?
Oh, I mean, no, it's just I don't like turbulence, and I've seen too many movies where shuttles explode, and I just don't want to be exploded.
It's a pretty smooth ride so far, mister.
I appreciate it. Look, I didn't say it was rational. It's just don't judge me. I'm a little scared of turbulence, okay? You ain't scared of nothing? You ain't got nothing you scared of?
Fair.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. You seem like a good guy.
I'm just trying to understand why you came over here in the first place.
Because I got to disinvest my funds, and they're down there on Marduk, and I got to get down there and get my money.
Right.
Okay.
So we're actually law advocates. I'm pretty sure what you're asking us to do is potentially illegal in this system. Am I
Oh
right,
no.
Has? Does that sound right, Has?
I think at the mention of that, Has is just putting a wallet just back in their pocket.
I will say there is another person here on the ship who is kind of side-eyeing this whole conversation, and
Me too.
she's just kind of shaking her head a little bit, like, you know, not. She's just kind of nonplussed by the whole situation, and she is in her early 20s, and um, she's pretty, but she seems kind of like guarded a little bit. She has a shoulder bag. It's too big to be considered a handbag, and she keeps it close. She wears a slightly peculiar outfit that you guys would know is in fashion on Marduk at present. It kind of looks like local wear. It's a short-sleeved tunic worn with one fingerless glove and trousers that become beaded fringe about halfway between knee and ankle. You can tell her clothing is not expensive, and she has little jewelry. In short, she just seems to be a local returning back down to the surface from the high port. But she's just kind of like rolling her eyes at this whole exchange between you and Finnan.
Wyatt would kind of like give her a look like, crazy, right? Like, ugh, this guy.
Yeah, as soon as you give her a look, she just immediately tries to avoid eye contact. She's not in a shady way, just in a
Struck out again.
in that kind of way.
In that kind of way.
In that kind of way.
I know the signs, Adam. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. It's just not that into you. Okay. So yeah, Finnan is going on and on. If you guys do any research, I'm not going to make you roll for it. There is indeed a regulation about disinvesting a large amount. There's nothing illegal about buying shares of an investment, it's really just whether or not you feel like this is legit, the investment itself is legit or not, right? But nothing he's saying is outright illegal, and there is definitely a policy that prevents large asset draining at one time. And there is a third person on the ship, and you guys are gonna like this. It is a dog person.
It's a bow wow.
Yeah, and it's about a mature adult, though. As humans, you're probably unfamiliar. These are called Vargur. They're a common species in the Traveler universe. But it's hard to determine their age, much like it would be, a dog, right? He wears a very sober dark gray suit with a particularly garish tie.
Yay.
He carries a hard copy document wallet, as well as a more standard electronic reader. You would also know that Vargur typically favor bright colors due to their color vision being poorer than that of humans. But this is professional dress gray, and professional dress gray is indeed professional dress
Universal,
gray.
baby.
Yeah, that's right. He seems pretty well off, and likely an office worker of some kind. And he isn't particularly involved at all with what's going on. He's just sitting there kind of looking through some documents or something like that,
Like a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
Want to scritch. Want to scritch.
So yeah, those are the three people that are here. You've got about 2-hour trip. You guys could continue to talk to Finian. You could continue to bicker amongst yourselves. I think that's probably not good legal strategy for either one of you, but here we are in the middle of nowhere on a transport ship together without a bailiff, so that's all out the window, really.
Adam, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm going to be bickering the entire time.
Okay.
Go ahead and, let you know.
Just prodding away at Wyatt.
What's legal strategy really between family? And we're all family here.
It hasn't quite been taken that far yet, but we're getting there, I believe.
Oh, so what's this now? Are you like brothers or something?
Don't really
It's
want to talk
complicated.
about it.
Don't want to talk about it.
It's complicated. You see, it's all about here. I got a picture of her in my wallet.
Don't do that.
Here. It's about
Lord.
Wyatt touches you like he's your lawyer. Like, do you think that's maybe the best idea? Like, if you show her off, more people are gonna. You know what you do, you man. Yeah, I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't. She's just such a nice lady. Why I don't know why I shouldn't share her with everybody.
Very nice lady.
Very nice lady.
Very nice indeed.
And just like pulls up a wallet. This is Gorge Apple Bottom, and I do love my mama, and it sounds like Mr. Shreddington also loves my mama.
No,
Cormac's going to take a look at the photo. She looks very lovely. Thank you for showing me. As the first person in this galaxy who doesn't objectify your mom, now take that away, everybody. What does that say about you?
Who's the real villains here?
You are. You slit my throat.
Well, see, in some cultures, throat slitting is a form of affection.
Nay, not mine. Just hurts. Just hurts.
Now, I'm pretty sure we already talked about how the culture angle is just not a great idea. It's not very many cultures who accept throat slitting.
Wait a minute. You're telling me we got a bona fide throat slitter in here? I'm a bit nervous. Where's your bailiff?
On the dock.
Yeah, and you see the woman kind of, she tenses up a little bit, and she kind of clutches her bag a little bit more close, a little bit more intently.
Oh, I did a bad job reading the room.
It's fine. It's fine, everyone. He's not dangerous at all.
In my defense, it was attempted involuntary manslaughter.
I'm sorry. I have to call this out. Giuseppe in the chat said Tyler's character is morphed from the Big Lebowski into Forrest Gump Esquire. And I just died. I love it.
When you're you're right.
It's an evolving process. The voice.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I mean that can go back and forth. Basically, unless you want to interact with any of the other two people on the ship, it's going to be a lot of that kind of like tit for tat between Wyatt and Cormac, I think. And then I will say that Finnan just tries to interject at all times, and like as like anytime that there's like a little bump, like even the minorest of bumps, he's like, oh God, I think I just peed a little bit in my pants. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm sorry. I'm real nervous. I hate it. Yeah. Oh man, is it supposed to make that sound? Are we supposed to hear the whirs and clicks like that? Anybody?
I mean,
tell me.
It's fine. It's all just a part of travel. It's the music of travel. Think of it like that.
The Vargur looks up and says, "Listen, it'll be all right. Just drink some water, do some breathing exercises. Would you like me to guide you in some breathing exercises, Mr. Trevix?" I mean, I guess so.
I would like you to lead him in some breathing exercises.
Okay, I will. Yes, I will do that. I don't know who you are, but if you would like
I
to
am
join,
Wyatt.
hi Wyatt. It's nice to meet you. I'm Evan. Um, yes. So what you do is you just go. Now that weird inhale is really the trick. It might feel weird in your chest, but you really got to do the.
Burns a little.
Yes, well, probably more so for you.
Fair.
I'm sorry, that was rude, but I feel like you
You're
guys have really
right.
been airing your dirty laundry, and so yes. Okay, well, let's do this a few times. How are you feeling, Finnan? Are you feeling better? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, am I doing it right?
Killing
No,
it.
no, that's not quite right. Like it's like this. Oh, all right.
That face.
That's better. Okay, so this goes on. Um, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
Uh, so about I don't know, a little over 2 hours on your trip. Um, how's everybody feeling at this point? Like for real, like legit. Why? Like how are you feeling with the dynamic that's going here? That's going to be the case that you're trying to leverage against the person who tried to kill you that's sitting across from you.
The more I am around Cormac, the more I realize that he is just a stooge for the company. That he has no, like, he ain't doing this of his own volition necessarily. He's just trying to get paid. Like, that's definitely, like, the sense that I get from him. He's not a criminal mastermind, as it were. It's just a pawn. He's just a goober and a pawn. Steve's just like, yes.
Yep,
That's
yep.
me.
It all checks out.
I mean, he's still a little nervous. It helps that he's handcuffed and everything, but overall, Wyatt thinks he's got this case in the bag, you know. He got his throat slit. Like, yeah, he's fine. But he's not happy to be on this transit with him.
Yeah, probably not. And Cormac, how are you feeling?
I think like an oblivious goober or pawn would. Like he's just sitting there kind of casually tossing not good insults over at somebody who he clearly wronged and is completely convinced that he's got this in the bag, that Hayakawa has got the best lawyer money can buy, and they're traveling to a fancy place to stay for a couple days where he's going to get treated like a king before we go to a trial where I'm going to get off easy and then get back to doing what I love, and that's ripping open planets and walking away from the destruction.
Okay.
Not a criminal mastermind, but he's not a good person.
No.
No.
Let's talk about the lawyers. How are you guys feeling about your case, your cases?
Well, I would say Celebrant feels really open and shut about the whole thing. He really does. And feels almost exactly the same way Wyatt does. Like, the more that Cormac talks, the more obviously he is just like a pawn. He's a goober pawn, if you will, as chat's taken to calling it.
Yes.
Goober pawn. Right now, Celebrant's actually focusing on this guy's breathing technique. So you're saying this will help with flow on the regular basis? He's just really interested in the wolf guy's breathing technique.
Yeah.
He's kind of oblivious to this whole situation that's going on with Wyatt right now. Yeah.
Best
Okay.
lawyer ever.
What about Has?
Well, has been doing some recreational drugs over the course of this 2-hour trip. I think
Excuse me?
it's a long trip, and
You're
Has
my
can-
lawyer.
Yeah, Has can only sit so long, but at the same time, Has is 100% sure that you're gonna walk away clean from this.
That tracks.
I think
This all tracks.
The stabby culture defense is shockingly strong when you really get into the documentation. I mean, we have hundreds of hours of footage of people on the Typhoon just stabbing each other and laughing about it. And yeah, it might not be real,
It
but
might not be real.
but who can say?
Who can say?
It's beside
Who
the
can
point.
say?
We have the footage. Whether it's real, that's neither here nor there.
No one's gonna watch all of it, so who can say?
Jury just wants to get out of there. They're not going to watch the video.
Yeah.
This hurts me.
Well, we'll see. So it sounds like you guys are all in really good locked in positions here.
We're solid.
I think we all
Position
agree
solid.
we're gonna win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely us.
As you're thinking about this, bickering, talking, all of a sudden, an alarm blares in the passenger section.
That can't be good.
And the shuttle noses over into a steep and violent dive.
Oh.
Your boy over here freaks out.
Yeah.
Finn is like, oh God, Jesus, he's taking me now. Oh Lord Christ, help me, help me, help me.
Oh, will someone shut him up?
Az is just like no difference. He's just like
I'm trying to take a nap here.
Okay, and so everyone not strapped into the seat, which is likely going to be everybody but Cormac and
the scaredy
Finn.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no reason to, unless you're like super paranoid, right? Like you know the seatbelt sign was off, and you know it's a walkable cabin or whatever. So unless you can give me a really good reason why you would be seatbelted in, I need everybody to roll a check, our first check of the game here, and it's going to be an athletics dexterity check. Now, how this works is if you don't have a 0 in it, it's going to be rolled with a -3.
Oh damn.
Yep.
So if I have nothing in athletics, then I just roll with a -3.
Yeah. And then you add your dex, right?
Okay.
And we can roll like 12 dice for this, right?
2D. 2D.
Okay, so if I have a 0 in athletics.
You don't take the penalty.
Okay.
So basically, if a traveler does not have any levels in a skill used in a check, they suffer a DM -3 on the check being skilled. And then any skill check, you're going to roll 2D plus the skill level plus the characteristic DM that is associated with it. So for this, we're looking for 2D plus any levels that you might have in athletics plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Boo. It's a 5 for Wyatt.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, what about
assumed.
A 5
Cormac? Or not Cormac's
I
good
rolled
because he's
poorly.
seatbelted in because he's
Yeah, as we're going down, just like Steve Buscemi sings in Con Air while the plane's crashing
Wow.
through Vegas. He's singing, he's got the whole world in his hands.
Wow.
Oh my god. Okay, -3.
yeah.
Got a 4.
Okay. 4. Y'all keep your numbers here because there's another part of this. So all right, what about Has?
Has gets a 6.
Oh.
Okay.
Decent space legs while on some kind of drugs.
So that's a fail. Everybody failed. Now with Traveler, there's a thing called effect, which is and it's a number that's the difference between what the target was and what you rolled. So this was an average check, which means it was an 8 or better is what you were trying to hit.
That's average?
Yeah.
Damn.
So Emily, you rolled a what?
5.
So that means that your effect is a -3, right? So this is an average failure. You failed the task, so you're not going to take any extra problems. Just the initial thing here, right?
Okay.
Which is D3 points of damage. And I hope Solo's still out there. Solo, if you're out there, tell me if I'm doing this right. But you take damage to your physical characteristics. So that's 2 points of damage. I think you can choose which one.
You start with endurance, and then once that's gone, you can choose.
Okay. All right. So 2 points of damage to your endurance. All right. Tyler, you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. That puts you at a -4 for your effect.
Yep.
Same deal. You will also take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So I had a 6 in endurance, now I have a 4. Is that what I'm understanding?
I believe that's the case, yes.
So, and I suppose, out of my own curiosity, we track this in wounds?
Or is it the core characteristics?
On page 2?
You know what? I will check on the break. Just make a note that for now you've taken 2 points of damage.
Right on.
And Sam has rolled a 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
So that's a -2. Just missed the marginal failure. So you're an average failure, and you also take 2 points of damage. So as this ship is flying around, you know, coffee cups, half-eaten pastries, and the contents of the rubbish bin just all are flying everywhere, and you're bouncing around, and you guys just kind of get knocked around the cabin trying to strap in to your seat. Now, that's also going to require a check. So if you want to get into your seat, it's going to require another athletics check.
I want to do that.
Yes.
Are there
can I
to doing that?
Can I assist Has to like try and grab him and pull him into his seat if he like bumps up by me? I know there is a way to assist checks.
For now, why don't you roll me a dexterity check?
Okay. And that's just 2D plus my
2D
dex?
plus your dex plus your if you have a rank in it. Yep.
All right. I got a 5, so I think he tries to like grab out at him. Maybe like his fingers brush this beautiful cashmere turtleneck, but can't quite grab it.
Oh, I can't allow you to stretch the turtleneck.
No. He almost gets a handful, and you're like, no, and like knock my hand away or something.
You'll stretch the cords.
Okay, so you try to do that, but it's no good, right?
Yeah.
And Sam, did you roll? Did I miss a roll?
I did not roll. I can roll athletics with my -3, though.
Now, I'm open to, if you have creative solutions, always throw them at me. But as of now, that's what you're going to have to do to try to, like, get yourself situated.
I'm sure how I'm going to use advocates into this.
Yeah, can we argue with gravity until...
Hey, gravity, just stop it.
Just chill. Just for a minute.
Buckle in.
I did get a 7 on the 7 on the second try to buckle in.
Okay, so that is actually going to be, this is a harder check. So that's still going to be an average failure. And so you're going to take another point of damage.
Nice. This is the hardest that things have ever been for Has, and he's really not enjoying it.
Literally ever.
I need rolls from the other two folks too to try to
trying to buckle in.
Yeah. So the ship is just being bounced all around. What'd you get?
9. Well, I rolled boxcars, but with the -3, that's a 9.
Okay, that's actually still a failure, but it is only a marginal failure. So what I'm going to say is that you do manage to get to your seat, but you like collide into one of the overhead bins while you're trying to do it. So you take a point of damage, but you are in the seat now. Let's talk about Wyatt, our injury-prone sports journalist.
Wyatt rolled a 4.
Oh, you fell on another knife?
Dick.
Oh god. Well,
Sometimes it'd be like that.
that's
Sometimes
proof.
it be like that. No.
This is an exceptional failure.
I mean,
You failed as completely as it is possible to fail.
oh boy.
Anything that can go wrong goes wrong. And so you're going to actually take 3 points of damage as you fall flat down to the ground, clunking your temple against the side of
is that an
Wyatt's
additional?
ankle cuffs.
Is that additional
Cormax?
3 points of damage?
Yeah, Cormax, yeah.
Yeah, I think
yes,
so.
yes.
Oh my god. What do you do?
You might die in this
Yeah,
shuttle.
what do you do when you get to 0 endurance?
Well, then you have to start knocking off on strength or dex.
Dumb, I don't like it.
Yeah, so it's bad, but I will say that you are in trouble here.
You'll say that? You know, I had a sneaking suspicion, Adam.
It's still happening. You're still being shook around as you guys don't know what's going on here. It's just like a free fall, and old dude is freaking out, making this all horrible. I still need another roll from both Haz and Wyatt.
Change my dice.
Yeah.
Are you rolling 2d6,
Yes.
right? Okay, I
It's
just want to
that
make sure.
I'm rolling them, you see.
Can I make an athletic strength check to try and grab somebody again?
Yeah, I will say that the two people that are closest to you are, of course, your lawyer, Haz, and you're the person that's brought charges against you, who is at your feet, who just hit their head on your metal cuffs.
Don't
I'm good. Oh yeah, you're confident here?
don't even worry about it, because it was falling at the feet of his attacker that shook him out, because I got a 12, baby.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So you just get up, you like put one hand on Cormac's knee to like lift yourself up, and you just get this intense eye to eye stare as you stand up, like eye level while he's sitting down and you're standing up, and then you just sit down right next to him and buck strap in, you know.
Ooh. And people are like, ooh, enemies to lovers. What's going on here?
Sells
They make
itself.
intense eye contact mid shuttle collision.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I try and grab my lawyer as he's pinballing around the shuttle. That's a 9 total.
A 9 total. Okay, I will give a +1 to your roll.
Cool beans.
So
I
you're trying to
need it.
help out here.
So this is only at a -2 now, as Haz is just bouncing around. Not even sure if this is real.
The drugs are peaking right now.
Yeah, this is
Like,
bad.
whoa.
Yeah, with the +1, this is a 7.
Oh no. That is another fail, although it's not an exceptional failure, it's just an average failure.
Normal.
So you're gonna take 1 point of damage,
Cool.
and then I'm gonna need you to roll again. You can keep that +1 carried over.
All right.
I just have one
just
hand
goes
confidently
until I
on the
grab-
turtleneck.
The turtleneck is just spraying. Oh no. That's Snake Eyes.
Oh,
Total
man.
total of a 0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how many
so-
episodes is this? gonna be?
yeah. Well, probably one. So you take 3 points of damage at this point. Oh man. So however, all of a sudden you notice that Finn has stopped his usual whining and is focusing a little bit more in a more competent manner than his previous panic at every noise attitude might suggest. It's and then the shuttle levels out and it makes a sharp turn and begins to dive still, but in a more controlled manner. The internal speakers come alive with a breathless and garbled announcement from the bridge. Starport under attack. Many ships, maybe from Ogma. Strap in, we'll get you down safe. And then after a moment, the pilot adds, strap in now, missile alert. And they feel the shuttle begin to evade violently.
That's fine. That's just
Yeah, everything is good. Who has a pilot skill? Anybody?
I do.
No, he's bound.
Okay. Well, Cormac, you are kind of grudgingly impressed at the performance the pilots put on, because you look out one of the windows and you can see a missile coming towards you, and the first one launched by the vessel is coming down from high on orbit, and they evade it. The second one doesn't even come close, and they almost managed to dodge the third, but only almost. This missile is a standard ship-to-ship type, and it explodes like right by your ship, and all these fragments spread out, and some of them go into the shuttle's lifters and drive, and you can tell, Cormac, you can tell that this is going down. It's been fatally crippled by this explosion. The bridge goes ominously silent, but the shuttle is clearly under control as it levels out and streaks towards a coastline. Shuttle is over the ocean, losing height fast. Ahead is a large landmass, offering the chance for an emergency landing. The shuttle is in daylight at present, but the coast comes closer. It is obvious that it is rushing towards an area that will soon be in darkness. Do any of you have a working personal comm unit?
I mean, surely we would. I didn't.
Yeah, let's say you do. I will say, actually, that Cormac's Celebrants is the only one that's working, because during the getting knocked around, both Wyatt and Haz's were destroyed because of your exceptional failures.
Fair.
So Tyler, Celebrant can hear over the personal comm unit for the first few minutes this crisis, and you can pick up the signals that does confirm that there's some sort of raid or attack underway. The channels are swamped, and nobody has time to make any detailed explanation. If you try to like read out, nothing gets through. You're not even sure if your signal is getting out of this shuttle. You don't know if you have the range with your personal comm unit. You're just, I don't know, trying.
We're just like shaking. Mayday.
Yeah.
Mayday.
After the missile hit, the shuttle's own communication equipment goes down. So like your in-flight Wi-Fi, gone. And you pretty much can determine that you are out of contact, that you're going down without any kind of contact to anybody. The shuttle's flight as it tries to land is extremely erratic as it crosses the coast. And by the time it is a few minutes inland, it is barely under control, shaking, just, you know. The pilots do their best to make a controlled crash landing, sending the shuttle skidding along in a deep furrow. It fetches up against some rocky obstruction with a horrible crash. And the forward bridge bulkhead has collapsed as it hits the rock. The shuttle comes to rest at a strange angle, and the power flickers before failing completely. The main lights are off, though the emergency system is still working. And finally, the doors are blown off by the emergency system just as the power dies completely. You are crashed on Marduk, alive and intact, but only for now. And we're going to take a short break.
Oh, here it goes, baby.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
all right.
All right. We're back.
Ooh boy, we're back. Yes, it's getting real now, guys. I do have a little art here for this crash landing if you want to see it in color.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Here you go. Here you go. That's what it looks like.
I'd rather not relive that trauma
Hmm.
personally.
That's our demise right there. Right there.
There's
okay.
so much fire in the cabin.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
it's
about
not
that.
great.
Don't
It's
even
not
worry
great.
about
I don't
that.
think anybody survives this art.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or they certainly don't have a good time with it, you know.
Okay, I will say that all 3 of the other passengers did survive.
Are dead. No. Oh no.
No, they made
Okay.
it. They made it.
Show offs.
Okay, so how are you guys feeling as you guys?
Hurt.
First of all, players, how are you feeling about this?
A little nervous.
Huh. It's interesting the way that damage is allocated.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that much. Interesting and slightly terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
I love
this
this
is-
game, and looking forward to this being the last few couple sessions that I ever play with Emily because she's growing to hate me.
No, it's all good. It's a character. It's acting.
Right. So the big difference here is between this and like X Finder, right? Is that like it's dangerous. Like everything is extremely dangerous, you know.
X Finder, what are we talking about? My Twitter.
You know
Or not?
what we're talking
Fuck. I was gonna say my Tinder.
Oof.
Oh man.
That's why I love playing with you, Steve. This is why I never not want to play with you.
Oh man. So
Move on.
yeah, let's take a little bit of stock here with your characters. Okay, you survived the ordeal. However, it's quite obvious that it's going to be getting dark out soon. The air outside is damp and cold, but entirely breathable. You know that you're very far from the starport, and that it's very likely that any of your last transmissions probably were not received. You know that there's a battle going on. You don't know who won or is winning, but you do know for certain that someone shot your shuttle down. The woman that you have not spoken to seems to be like in a mode, you know, and you kind of hear her under her breath say, those fucking Ogma Raiders. Every fucking time. And we gotta go. We got to make sure that we get everything we can and get out here. They are going to be coming for us immediately. A prize like this, they're coming for it. They want the technology and they want us. They're going to take either.
Do we know
I
who?
suggested you.
Sorry, go on.
I just suggest you get what you can carry, and it's time to go.
Are we familiar with these Ogma
Raiders.
Ogma Raiders. You know that Ogma is another planet in this system.
Okay.
And that they often do have raids on Marduk.
Okay. That's not good.
But
not
yeah,
very nice.
so she starts scrounging around. What do you guys do?
I mean, she's indigenous to this planet, right? Like, this is her home. Like, she knows what's up.
Yep.
Wyatt would look at Cell and be like, I think we follow her. She kind of knows what's going on. We're in a real fucking pickle here.
Right. I'm still in shock. I'm gonna look for a medical kit because I don't know if you can see your face, but it's all
What's wrong with
sorts of fucked up right now. I gotta get something to fix that.
Oh no, my
And
money maker.
Celebrant's just immediately gonna start looking for some sort of medical supplies of some kind.
Yeah, so you could go to the bridge, right? if you check over the shuttle, you see that the passenger and cargo sections are damaged, but still structurally intact, but without power. The drive section was holed by fragments and is heavily damaged, but would yield considerable salvage if someone had time and skill to dismantle the engines. The bridge section is very badly damaged, and it's presumed that there's no way that the pilots could survive that. However, you guys would know that that would be where, any type of supplies might be at. So who wants to brave that cockpit?
Cell certainly would. Cell feels like he has to protect.
Great.
Cell feels
As
this
is not-
sudden need to protect Wyatt. Right.
All right. Well, all you university learned people who have never gotten your hands dirty are all whining about the shuttle getting missile shot down. Your boy Cormac Parker's gonna look over at Haz. A venerable Marquis. I think it would be a violation of ethics if you left me to die here when the raiders come. And he holds up his wrists that are shackled together. Perhaps one could let me go if I promise to make my way to trial with you, because wouldn't want to die on the record.
I assume Haz doesn't have the key to Cormac's cuffs.
Yeah, it was left the bailiff had.
Well, see you next adventure. Have fun, guys.
Now, you can certainly try to, well, we'll get to that in a second, but that is a problem that you have to figure out.
Shit's on fire.
No, it's kind of stabilized at this point.
Okay.
It's like small, little smoldering, pieces, but nothing is like imminent, right?
Okay.
So, Celebrant, you're going to go to the bridge, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's pretty grisly in there. You see that the steering shaft has been impaled one of the pilots, and the other pilot it's unrecognizable. It's like the top half of their body was just smashed by the hull of the ship.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like it's pretty horrible. There are a few small items that can be grabbed here, though. There are some bridge snacks,
Ooh.
like
Grab
some
those.
like peanuts,
Oh,
some
peanuts,
food.
leave them.
and some pretzels too.
Okay,
Some
get the pretzel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all those little gingerbread cookies have been smashed.
God
to
damn
pieces.
This is the worst timeline. I'm sorry.
There's a couple bottles of water. Not very many of them. We're talking like 4 bottles of water, like regular little 20-ounce bottles.
Okay.
There's and of course, only you know this, there is a shotgun that is on a rack, on a bracket above the door, over the door. It is loaded, and there are 6 additional shells on a holder attached to the sling. There is a medical kit and survival kit. The bridge medical kit is a very small first aid pack that all craft are required to carry. The survival kit is meant to be use of the crew, and there is a kit for passengers kind of in the storage bay of the ship. So you have 2 personal survival kits and then the crew survival kit. Okay. There's also an inflatable life raft and an all frequency emergency beacon that will run on its own battery for 12 hours.
Realistically, how much of this can I carry? Are you still going? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. The shuttle's survival kit is large and bulky. It is deployed by dragging it out of its holder above the main boarding hatch and configured to be dragged out on its cords away from the distressed vessel. The kit is actually quite ingenious, consisting of several personal kits which can be taken out and used as well as the shared components. The container is a tough bag which can be used as a life raft by inflating its frame or converted into a shelter by a process explained on a series of cartoon-like cards in the kit. However, this is notoriously difficult to do, to the point that experienced starfarers such as Cormac have several jokes at the expense of these kits.
I see. And that's the crew survival kit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it basically breaks down to is the kit that's designed to save up a dozen survivors after a crash contains the following items. Now, in order to see what's in here, you'll have the way this works, the way you pull it out is it'll open up outside of the craft for everybody to see. So everybody sees this. Now, before we get to this, what do you do with the shotgun and the shotgun shells?
Okay, so Cell automatically realizes the conflict that could occur, but also recognizes the need, considering that they're under attack right now. So I'm going to take off my official regalia for the advocate, the Bacchanal advocate, and I'm gonna like wrap the shotgun in it and like pocket the extra shells and unload it. I don't know if I don't know how to unload this gun. I'm just gonna keep the barrel pointed away from me. So Cell has no idea how to use anything with it, but we'll grab that, the snacks, the bottled water, the medical kit, and if feasible, the 2 personal survival kits.
Okay, yeah, so in the personal survival kits, I'll tell you what's in there. It's all like in a little small backpack, right? It has a fold-out section that can be turned into emergency shelter and sleeping bag for 1 person. In addition, each pack contains the following: a small knife, fire starting equipment, cold light flashlight good for about 24 hours of operation, 6 chemical, and I've got a list that I'll hand out, so you don't.
Oh, thank you. I was like, I'm quickly typing here, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, 6 chemical light sticks, good for about 12 hours each, a blanket, poncho, and a head cover, 4 days preserved rations for 1 person, a water bottle, a compass, a light cord, mirror, water purification tablets, and a survival manual. So you have the shotgun. Now you're coming out of the cabin of the bridge.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like see if I have any skills that would assist me in hiding this.
It could be pretty hard to hide a shotgun.
It would be really hard to hide a shotgun. I have the stealth skill, but I don't feel like that's quite. I feel like deception might be really what would it be. I don't know. I got stealth and streetwise. I am going to try to hide it. I guess I don't know how you would like me to resolve that.
I don't think that there is a feasible way for you to hide it if you're going to come out of the ship with it. You know what I mean?
You know, in fact, as Cell's coming out of the bridge and coming into the crew headquarters, I found some supplies, and as he lifts his hand up to show some things, the shotgun clatters to the ground. Oh my. I'm so sorry. We're probably gonna need that. Don't look at it like that, Wyatt. I see your eyes.
I just didn't know that you knew how to use one of these.
I don't.
Oh, I mean, I kind of do.
Let's cross that bridge when we get out of here. How's about
Well,
that?
why the delays,
Listen,
celebrant?
I know how to.
Just
I know how
saying,
to use
if
one
one
of those.
person knows this out, oh well, then maybe that guy can have it then.
If y'all want to just help me gather the crew survival kit back here, I think that would be real helpful.
There's something to help stop the bleeding and everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Where do I grab?
Yeah, I have things for that. Hold on. And I start putting things down.
I have the
Unless
greatest
somebody-
lawyer ever. Just hang
Unless
on.
somebody stops me, I'm gonna start trying to apply first aid to Wyatt immediately.
Okay.
Do we need to get out of the show? I know you said it's not like.
I
imminent,
assumed you guys.
but-
I assumed you guys were out of the shuttle.
Okay.
Like as soon
I'm,
as it crashed.
I'm still
like,
belted in.
Yeah, because we don't have a.
Remember, we're supposed to resolve this?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Well,
we could
okay,
undo your belts,
yeah.
but you're still in cuffs.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shuffle.
yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that you guys got out of the ship as soon as you landed and are kind of huddled. I mean, everybody else is right.
Shoot.
Kind of huddled outside, and so he comes back out with the shotgun, and then we're gonna try to do some first aid. I'll tell you what's in the survival kit as you pull the cord to open up the large kit. There's a rifle with 50 rounds in it.
Whee!
There's a hatchet, a field medical kit, 12 personal survival kits, 12 sets of emergency cold weather clothing, 12 combination masks plus extra filters, field rations for 60-person days, 5 days for 12 people, right? 4 bulk water storage containers with filters, 4 cold light lanterns, beacons, good for about 100 hours of operation, and a water purification kit. Now, let's go ahead and handle the medical first. You can only do this once, and what you're going to do is roll an average check using your medic. So you'll add medic plus your education to 2D.
Plus his inspiration,
Neat.
right?
I'm actually pretty good at that. My medic is 1 and my education is 2.
Okay.
So I'll get this at a +3.
It is a
Nice.
+3. Very good.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll heal. Get 10 on the dice, so
that-
13 total.
Oh, that's great. So that's 5 points of healing.
That's exactly
the-
how many I needed.
You heal
Yeah.
because you heal the effect difference, right? And if we remember, effect is the difference between what you roll and what the dang is. Tyler is froze in a well, you were froze and you're open like.
Oh wow, I am, aren't I? I see that in the
Oh.
live stream. Okay, I think I'm back now.
Yeah,
I
you
was
are.
gonna say,
Um,
just like, yeah.
So yeah, you do a great job healing Wyatt up. Now I believe your step brother father is also hurt.
Yeah, Haz is definitely not crying. I don't know why you'd even bring that up. But his sweater is just ruined, and there's
Oh.
also a lot of blood. But the sweater mostly
Really
is,
about the sweater.
is the problem.
That's the real travesty.
Look, Haz, I only have enough to stitch either your flesh or the sweater. I highly suggest again that you pick your flesh.
Don't make him choose.
It's fine. I have a change. I have a change, and it's back at the shuttle.
Oh no.
Okay, okay,
then the-
buddy.
That
The-
cargo
yeah,
pocket
yeah.
bursts into flames.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh.
Oh no. Well, that's just
And then
bad
make him-
timing.
Another roll here for healing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Haz needs to stay still. I rolled 4 on the die. Plus my 3 is a 7.
That is actually a fail. But
This
it's only a
game hard.
it's only a minuscule fail, so you don't do any extra damage. But you do pull on the thread of the sweater a little as you're trying to like get into the
Emotional
wound.
damage.
You tear the sweater.
I'm so sorry. I think hold on. If I just spin it, I think I could. Oh, it keeps getting worse. I'm
You're
so
ruining
sorry.
The collar.
I make a break for the shotgun.
No.
You ruin my lawyer's cashmere sweater like this.
You monster.
Look at the cables.
Oh my
They're all
God.
out of alignment.
Oh no, not the cables.
So this woman who you've still not introduced yourselves to.
Hi, I'm Wyatt. Wow, that ship really got on fire and such. Oh.
Yes, no. Oh wait, that's not her. Right, yes, it did. But listen, you over there. I believe I heard you called Cell. Is that right?
My name's Celebrant Applebottom.
All right, Celebrant. I need you to talk a little faster because we're in danger here. But what did you find in the cockpit?
I found a shotgun, which I'm concerned about, but
right. That's great.
we'll
All right.
cover that in a minute, I'm sure.
What about the pilots?
Oh,
They're dead,
they're
right?
really dead.
Okay.
There was a lot of blood.
Quick point of
Oh, hey,
order.
yes, I see it. Solo says even on a fail, it's a minimum 1 point of healing. So you do get 1 point of healing there.
Oh,
that's
I get has
fantastic.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Failing
good.
upwards. I love it.
And she's like, listen, right? Yeah, I figured they were dead, but I mean, don't you? I think we should bury them. Yes. Do you think that we could hustle and make a shallow grave for these folks? And the other guy was like, oh hell no, oh hell no, we got to get out of here. What are you talking about, man? Like they. And he seems a lot more focused than the kind of yokel vibe he was putting on before. He's like, no, man, we got to go. Those raiders are going to come here and they're going to salvage whatever's here. And if we're here, that includes us.
How does one salvage a human body?
Trust
when
me, you
it's
don't want to know the answer to that question.
live? Okay, I'm starting to think about it a little bit more. I just needed to go dark with it, and now I don't want nothing to do with it anymore.
Doesn't the ship have like a tracker? I mean, like someone's coming to rescue us, right?
Well, no, she makes a good point. Well, maybe we should just stay here. Certainly they're coming, right? Certainly they're coming. Let's just stay here. If we start going off into the wilderness on our own, we're likely to die or worse.
No one is coming. Abandon all hope.
They're coming and they're gonna bring a backup sweater.
We are forsaken.
Let
Let us concede ourselves to the forest.
And Evan, the dog person, yeah. What are the? God bless it. Sorry, I don't know the names. The Vargar. Yeah, Vargar. Says I do think though. I mean, these were people, and they did save our lives after all. You know, common decency would be to give them at least some sort of burial.
How about we? Okay, what if we like drag the bodies out and at least just put them off in the corner? Like there's trees and stuff around. It's the digging of the hole. If raiders are coming, I'm concerned about that part. Like, yeah, we can pull them out so that they don't like steal their bodies or whatever, but like tuck them behind a tree, yo. Like, I know this.
Far be it from me to say, but Wyatt is being incredibly reasonable right now.
Why it's like, what the fuck?
You know, good reason can come from all sorts of people, Wyatt, and I see reason in your statements. I agree with Cormac.
So you agree with me too?
I think we should put it to a vote.
I vote we pull them out, but don't bury them.
That just seems like a waste of time. What you even doing? You pulling it out so it's easy for them to desecrate their bodies? Shoot, you're doing the work for them.
We shooting them off behind a tree.
They
you gonna find a tree?
Bodies?
I mean, I don't know. They're Ogma Raiders. They do whatever the hell they want to do.
Not familiar with Ogma Raiders.
It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty.
If you were to say, like, classify them as like a familiar sci-fi trope of bad guy, would you say they're like in a Reavers kind of territory? Like that?
I guess so. I mean, if you knew what a podcast was, maybe you'd heard a thing or two about
I know what a
them.
podcast. I'm about
all
podcast.
right.
That ain't me.
But I don't know, man. I think we should just stay right here. And at this point, she did enter. She's like, look, my name's Karine, and yeah, I don't think we should stay here. I mean, look at that ship. There's no way that that communicator's working. Did you find anything up in the bridge?
I did not.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that we're sitting
Except
ducks.
for the shotgun.
Right. Well, I think that was sitting ducks right here, and I think we need to go for real. We need to get out of here, away from here, as far as possible before nightfall. Uh, I know this is tough, but we've got to survive. It's important, and as this is going, you see a vessel overhead
Uh-oh.
in the sky. It's quite high up, and some bit away. But you know that you need to be, if you suspect that to be a raider,
You need to get
then
going.
you need to get gone. And I will say, Cormac, I want you to roll a piloting check and add your intellect to it.
Okay.
Or, no, I'm
that
sorry,
is
your
good.
education.
All right. Didn't matter. They're both 0.
Okay.
All right. So is this just a general pilot check, or is this a pilot spacecraft check? Because that's going to make a difference here.
Yeah, spacecraft. Yep.
Okay. The difference was between a 3 and a 4, and I got that 4 because it has to do with spacecraft.
Ooh la la.
Okay. Well, four is actually, this is an easy task because it's fairly known. So you hit it with the 4 because the easy task is a 4+. You can deduce that it's a 400-ton Type R subsidized merchant. One of the designs that Ogma builds itself. You significantly know that no vessel of that class was in the high port when you arrived. But take that for what it is. But you get the sense that you've got about an hour here before you need to skedaddle. Not even quite an hour.
Yeah, we got bogeys coming in hot here. We're gonna be sitting ducks for these Ogma Raiders, and if you guys wanna be here when that happens, by all means start digging some graves. But if you do, dig 2, cause one of them's gonna be for you.
Ugh.
I agree with him. It's gonna take at least 10 minutes to pull the one pilot off of the steering column.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, but that could be any ship. That could be our rescue.
Oh, and was our rescue also in the air when missiles were flying around? I don't think so, muchacho. If that was a friendly, they're getting shot down too.
Yeah, well, listen to you, Mr. Criminal, with your arm cuffs on and stuff like that. Like, why are we listening to this guy? Why are we listening to this guy? He's
To be
only
fair.
an alleged criminal. Only alleged.
Thank you.
To be fair, if the bad guy is scared, maybe
Alleged
we
bad
should
guy.
be scared. Alleged bad guy. If the criminal's telling you to look out for the other alleged criminals. It just breaks every bit of my being and soul to pieces, but he's right. We gotta go. Maybe not super far, but at least out of eyeball
where are we gonna
range.
go?
I'm
Where
sorry,
are we gonna go?
Did you not say that we were in like a forest and like a? There's like
Oh
woods?
yeah, I mean, there's some woods around, but he's just like, he's being obstinate. And
It's like you don't have to go anywhere, but
Evan speaks up and he's like, I do think that we should probably vacate this area, though I do have to kind of agree with our loquacious friend over there that
Thank you.
no, not you, the other one.
the other one.
It's what You are indeed shackled, and I couldn't help but overhear that you are on trial or that you're going to a trial for the slicing of this person's neck.
That's true.
And it just
Innocent until
seems
proven guilty.
right, but you understand that there is some trepidation there, as you look to be a dangerous fellow.
Yeah, and maybe a bite of the dark side is just what we need to get through this thing. Because let me tell you, compadre, those raiders are coming down and they're going to do terrible things to anybody that's around. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but maybe you just need that guy to get out of here. And it doesn't matter where we go, as long as where we go is not here. When they come down and take what's left. Capiche?
I think maybe the best thing to do. Can he walk in his little shackle situation?
Yeah, you can like duck walk, you know.
We'll just shuffle him out of here, and hopefully he's not in any trouble, and we don't need to run. But if we do... And he just, like, looks you up and down, Cormac, and it's just like...
Hey, I look you up
good
and down
luck,
too.
I guess.
Hey, let's vote about opening these shackles up. I'll go first. I'm for.
Karen, for her part, is like, right, bruv. You know, I mean, we need all the hands we can get here. I'm not one to necessarily like to throw my lot in with somebody who likes to slice his necks, but I wasn't there, and so I guess allegedly is indeed the deal here. Listen, and she comes right up to you, Cormac, and like looks you in the eye and says, "Can we trust you?"
No. Oh, sorry, you were talking to me.
Can you trust me in general? Probably not. Can you trust me to get you out of this? Well, I'm just as screwed as you are, homie. So let's do this thing.
Right. My vote is aye. We need the hands. Are you familiar with how to use any of these weapons?
The shotgun? I wish. The hatchet? Hell yeah.
Wyatt takes a very visible and very large step back.
All right. Well, my vote has been cast. And what about all of you? And Ben is like, hell no, that's a big old no from me. And Evan doesn't vote yet. He's kind of looking around to the rest of the group.
So it's yes to leave without burying them?
Well, no, right now we're voting on the shackles.
I think
On
we've
the
decided
shackles.
against burying.
Yeah.
Okay, we moved on from that.
I think
okay.
so.
We gave up on burying, and I think who has removed the sweater by now and just thrown it into the fire, will absolutely vote to free his client because there's
Okay,
no
of
one
course.
more trustworthy than a Shreddington's client.
All right. What about Celebrant?
I feel a major conflict of interest pulling me in all sorts of directions. May I abstain?
Celebrant, you can keep the shotgun. I just don't want to die on this godforsaken junk heap hellhole. We can go
Karen's
wherever
like,
you want to
Hey,
go.
this is my own. This is my own. I could change my vote, you know.
I'm sorry, I meant this idyllic paradise.
Idyllic paradise.
All right.
Did
like,
I
let's not-
misspeak?
Yeah, you're putting on a bit thick there now. I know where I live, but it's not a hellhole. You know, it's just an honest place.
I think we're trying to survive, I guess. Take the shackles off, I guess.
Wyatt
That's,
just...
that's how Gorgia would vote.
That's how Gorgia would vote.
That's dirty.
I mean, I'm not dirty.
dirty.
I'm saying she's a very compassionate woman.
You're fighting dirty, is what I'm saying.
I'm taking notes. And I just wrote, we vote to unshackle Gorgia, which is just wrong.
Oh no.
Do we have
Gor-
anything to
Yo,
actually?
Steve, Gorgia hasn't been shackled in a long time.
Well, that's what you
Oh,
think.
boy.
You're not aware
Oh.
of what we get up to. No.
Oh
So
my.
the truth about why it comes out.
I knew you looked familiar.
Gorgia's a great lady. Do we have anything to actually undo the shackles with?
Well, let's get the vote here. So what are we on? That's
I think that was 3-4.
3-4.
2 against?
Have you voted?
Yeah, has unleashed the client,
Yeah, okay.
the alleged criminal who's innocent.
It comes down to Evan.
What?
Because why have you voted?
Yeah.
Wyatt will listen. We can take the feet shackles off so that he's not impeded when he's running. But I'm hesitant to let him out any further than that just yet. I don't want him to die, but I also don't want him to have easy access to sharp things.
I mean, that is a good point, Evan.
The Raiders are coming for all of us. They don't
That's
care if
also a
it's
good
you
point.
or me. It's
Just
us
Evan.
versus them now.
Yeah.
Evan's highly indecisive. Wyatt says, "Fuck it," but he pulls out his pistol. And he says,
I didn't. Have you been carrying that the whole time?
"Don't even worry about it."
That's
I'm
admissible,
gonna
you know.
worry about it.
That's a what?
That's admissible in court.
You said so many things that you know what? Never mind.
Nothing I say is admissible. The rules.
That's the rules. You see?
You really gotta read. Never mind.
No, Wyatt is fine. Let's just get it done. Let's get
I
out of here.
can't believe y'all are letting this guy. This is of all the people to crash land with. This is man. And I was just trying to make some easy money. This is trash. Oh,
Sounds to me
shit.
like we shouldn't be trusting you.
I didn't say that.
And yet you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm hungry. I'm just hungry. I'm hungry.
Wait.
Can I have some peanuts?
I got some
What?
ship snacks, but I have a feeling you said something really important that I'd like for you to repeat, please.
We ain't got time for that.
He said he was trying to make some moolah off
Right.
of us.
How much cash do you have on you?
Oh no.
You know
Oh,
what? Never
don't say
mind.
that.
Don't say that out loud. Never
All right.
mind.
Best
and
lawyer
Ken's
ever.
like, all right, that's enough. We got to figure this out. We've made the vote. Come over here. I'll help try to I'm going to use this hatchet to try to cut, blast through that. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll just try to cut through it. Maybe put one of them shotgun shells there in the lock, and
I
we'll
could
try
just
to blast.
shoot the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should shoot it.
Just grinning so
But
big.
maybe somebody should shoot it. Does anybody listen? Do you trust us, Cormick?
I don't think either of us have a choice.
All
You gotta
right.
trust me, and I gotta trust you.
All right, well, spread your legs. I'm going to take a shot there at your ankle cuffs there, and see if I can do. Let me
Please miss.
let me go to her
Please
stats,
miss.
and I'm going to roll here for
Please
this. I
miss.
might blow your fucking foot off, dude. I don't know.
Hey, that's Traveler, baby.
Come on.
It is.
Seriously.
It is. Okay.
If the universe has ever listened to me, just once, let it be
All
this
right.
time.
So I'm rolling this with a
Bullseye.
with a +1. What do you guys think? Is this an average or difficult roll?
I mean, this
Are
is a
you
high
kidding me?
It's
stress-
point blank. It's an even.
It's a very high stress situation. They're under pressure.
This should be the easiest
I don't know.
roll.
I think it's pretty
What are you talking
difficult.
about?
I think it's pretty difficult.
So
I don't know how difficult is it to hit a wall. Like,
So
it's an
formidable.
inanimate object.
so formidable then.
formidable.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right, I just got to roll a 16 with my +1 on 2D.
Just do that then. Yeah.
Now let's go with routine, which is 1 below average. Okay, because I mean we're trying to shoot a very specific part of the chains here.
Mhm.
I love the call, but there ain't nothing routine about this.
Yeah, it's so funny when I was like reading over this. I kind of got hung up on the word routine
Mhm.
because the task difficulty goes simple, easy, routine, average, difficult, very difficult, formidable, and impossible. And routine just seems out of place there
Yeah.
for me. You
Little
know,
bit, yeah.
Sure.
Well, I mean, you don't know what this Varger does in his day to day. He
No,
might
this
be
is-
shooting chains
it's
off
not.
people.
It's not Varger. Karen's
Oh.
doing it.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, we got a
know
Karen on a
doesn't do it.
gun? This can't
Yeah,
go
we got Karen on
poorly.
the gun. She's the best one here to do it.
What? I have stuff.
Well, but we're not going to let you shoot.
Conflict
Come
of
on,
interest.
man.
Well, I rolled a 12, guys. So, no lie. That was 5
There
or
is
6
no
on the
justice
die.
in the.
That
So
sounds like
Karen-
that blows off the hand and feet locks.
Yeah.
No,
No.
no,
No, just the hands
that,
and the feet.
That would be an impossible roll. So yes, one of you go ahead and mark that one of your shotgun shells is spent as and boom, just like dust and dirt and grass blow up out of the ground, and once the like little dust settles, you can see that the chain has been split in two. So you have full movement with your legs, but your hands are still shackled.
They should
Together.
say that away.
So then now the vote is to head out, to move, to go.
Yeah.
Are you guys trying to grab some of this stuff? Certainly at least a
Much.
personal survival kit for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 personal survival kits, the medical kit, 4 bottles of water, some snacks.
So everybody can basically grab a survival kit because there's
Okay.
12 of them.
Okay.
Well, there are what?
The
7 of us
personal
total?
survival kit, which is the bottom list of the
Yeah,
handout
but-
I gave you.
There are 7 people total, and the the crew survival kit had 12, and then there were 2 spares, so it could be 2 survival kits per person.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And then there's the rifle. Who's going to take the rifle?
I will take all the guns.
Well, Karen like took the shotgun and she just slung it over her shoulder like without even like a word. Like
Okay.
that's hers now.
All right, I guess you prove you could shoot it. Here's the other 5 shells.
The closest of
Right.
targets.
Thank you. Yes. No. It was quite routine actually.
It
I
was
do this
quite
all the time.
Typical
I
Tuesday,
do this all
baby.
the time actually.
That's how Marduk is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I'll take
You know-
the rifle. How many?
50 rounds.
50 rounds.
Jeez.
So what about a hatchet?
I want that.
I know you do.
Hate it.
Now, I would advocate to put the hatchet in the hands of someone who might be skilled with blades, and we've seen proof that Cormac is in
Yeah.
fact
Look
skilled
at
with blades.
look at Wyatt's neck.
So much proof.
So much proof. Oh man, the dynamic.
I'm now
of
going to
this
make my
party is
presentation
amazing.
about why I'm good with blades. Example 1.
Yeah, we've got a video all queued up. We got
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had
Wow.
a video all queued up. Wait, I thought that was my evidence.
No, well, discovery. You know, like you have to share the evidence with the.
Yeah.
It's
Supposed
just
to
the
share all the
rules.
discovery.
It's just the
Yeah.
rules you see.
All right. So you guys strap up your survival kits. Guess everybody's carrying 2 backpacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
One
here's
on
the
the front,
prob-
one on the back.
Cormac can't really slide his arms through the shoulder strap.
We
We
just
have
hang
it-
him over his neck.
Yeah.
You're just hanging
Just
him over. 2 of
dangling.
them hanging over.
Yep.
He's like,
This is fine. You deserve this. Now you see what it feels like to slowly choke constantly.
Oh my
Gotta let
god.
my hands go, guys. At some point,
No.
we gotta Vin Diesel point or pitch black this.
Oh my god, no.
In time, Steve.
In time.
Let me put some more pressure on them, and then they'll give it to you.
Slowly.
Okay. So before we head out, is there anything else you guys want to do? Say.
Oh,
I almost want to like give a once over in the ship to see if there's anything else worth taking.
Mm-hmm.
well,
I mean,
Wyatt
you got the ship. Yeah.
Wyatt will, like, as we kind of walk away, he'll turn back and he'll say, I'm sorry we couldn't do more for you. Thank you for getting us to the ground as safely as possible. You'll be remembered. And he does this really cool, like, salute. I don't know what it looks like, but just know it's cool.
Got it.
Like how a sports journalist would salute.
Like how a sports journalist would salute. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Mhm.
He really moved
Wow.
the chains.
So the night is about to fall, and it starts raining. Of course.
Because, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
The fire will go out.
So yeah, like you're basically heading towards the tree line to the wilderness to kind of get lost in the wilderness. You also know that comm units have a feature that downloads what's called a welcome pack at each starport that it passes through. So you do have a welcome pack on Marduk. It contains background information on the world, not very comprehensive, maps positively sketchy apart from the near coast region, and a great deal of information about the bars, shops, and businesses of the starport.
All very useful.
Yeah, so that's you have all this information that's useless. You take what you've salvaged from the wreck, and you begin to head overland into the gathering dusk. The light rain showers continue, easing up at sometimes it comes again, but the ever-present gray overcast persists. And you're trying to think about what even happened. You know that the Ogma Raiders must have just shown up out of nowhere, and you wonder why. Some of you might wonder why your ship was targeted. Was it just part of the crossfire? But 3 missiles were fired at it, and you're clearly not a attack ship. It was just a shuttle ship. So you might be wondering some of that. You might not. You might be wondering how the hell you're going to get out of here, what's going to happen, where you're going into just wilderness, just further away from the crash site, where if there was rescue coming, that's where they would go. The terrain that you go through is complete wilderness, and these clouds seem to get thicker as you go, which suggests that a heavy downpour
Bless
is
you.
imminent. Thank you. So yeah, it's total wilderness, and there's large areas sometimes that you come up with, like, just spiny bushes, kind of reminiscent of brambles. They are extremely resistant to being hacked through, and have some pretty nasty thorns to make macho stomping a bad option. Fortunately, there are plenty of gaps to move through, and the bushes are only high enough to block sight in a few areas. So as you move through, the ship comes over the top of you. Now, I'm sure you guys want to hide in these brambles.
I mean, I don't want to hide in the brambles specifically. But hide, yes.
I need stealth check from everybody.
Oh.
And you'll be able to, add your levels. If you don't have any levels, it's -3. You can add your dex.
Here goes then.
Yeah. Basically. Oh, nice.
I mean, I got a 7 for a 4.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Same.
Do you have stealth trained?
No.
Yeah. So you got an 8.
11 for an 8 here.
Okay.
Made me sad.
11 up to 12 for me.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. So everybody but Cormac passes. Now, Cormac, you do manage to hide yourself, but because you're still shackled in your arms, you kind of lose your balance and fall into the brambles. You're going to take. Listen to her. Listen to her.
It's
Just the
funny.
delight.
It's funny.
And you're gonna take 2 points of damage from the brambles as they. So you guys like see, and he like falls over, and it just like cuts him right across the cheek from his like cheekbone down to the bottom of his chin, but just stopping short of his neck. Wyatt, calm down.
Damn it. But Wyatt still goes like.
Good thing I
looks-
took damage for missing a stealth roll.
Wyatt
Feels
watches
targeted.
as you like kind of flop to the ground, and he just says, "Oh no."
Oh, do you need help? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get there in time. Yeah.
Whoopsie doozles.
Okay, so you guys do hide out as the ship flies over, and it keeps going towards the wreckage. After you slog through this terrain for about an hour or so, you encounter a change in the landscape. See these? Let's change up the music since this.
I have so many thoughts right now.
What are they?
Well, like, so, okay, it was obvious that they were going, but, like, I'm trying to divide Celebrant from Tyler, because Tyler's first thought is, oh, they're going to get there. They're going to see that the crew survival bit was taken, and all of this stuff is gone, and there aren't as many bodies as there should be. Therefore, they're going to come after us.
Mhm.
And how do we prevent that? But I don't think Celebrant has a thought in that direction. I think he's more worried about how wet his sweater is or
Mhm,
something. I don't
mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the idea is to just keep moving, I guess, right? Like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
In the same vein, like
Mhm.
Emily's thinking, like, now which one of these 3 people are they actually after? Because surely they're not after any of us.
I mean, I will say that Karen kind of indicated that they're just raiders, and that they are interested in salvaging any equipment that they can, and that was like a sweet prize. And
Shuttle?
yeah, because if you remember, as I said when you were like looking through, that there's a lot of salvageable engine
Fair
parts
enough.
if you had the time to do it.
But
So
you did say it wasn't a great shuttle to begin with.
And that it was 3 missiles that they sent after us. So
now that's strange.
yeah.
For sure.
Also, the one guy, Finn was his name.
Mhm.
Fine. He did a 180,
Yeah.
like emotionally
Yeah.
and acting. Like
Mhm.
he came out of a character
Mm-hmm.
at a certain
He's-
point.
Sketch
So-
as fuck.
Well, so why do you think that is? What do you think's going on there?
I'm trying to
Well-
remember the moment when he switched character, and I feel like it's when the missiles were shot. Unless somebody
was
else
it, or
remembers
was it until
I-
we hit the ground? We didn't hear much from him when we were under attack because he was strapped in.
And he was real
My-
nervous.
My opinion is that that's a red herring, and that that character change is his like, oh, I'm just like a helpless dude looking for money, help me out, and now he's like, fuck, I'm in
Yeah.
trouble. I
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
I gotta harden
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
The grifter
so-
mask came off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a like, he's shady as shit, but in a way that almost makes me feel less like it's him. It's like it's too obvious like right away. I think he's
Sure.
if anything, I think it's either this girl who like right away was like, I'm taking this shotgun, I'm gonna be in charge here, or it's this like wolf boy who hasn't really done much yet.
So am I to understand that you guys think that somebody that's with you is responsible for the attack.
Yes.
Is the target.
The
Is
target.
the target,
yeah.
is the target of the
Yeah.
attack.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I think we have to kill the 3 of them.
I think that's the only way.
Yeah.
All of them.
Right. Okay.
It's either
that's-
that or
leave
they're
them.
after halves.
We may not agree as a 4,
Yeah.
like we don't like each other, but we all know each other.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
We
True
all
enough.
just give you the hatchet and we turn our backs, sort of, and we're just like,
So-
okay, take care of it, criminal. Alleged criminal.
Alleged criminal.
These are all like very thinky thoughts, and I and I appreciate it.
You're
I just
right.
want to clarify a few things.
None of your
The-
characters are capable of having these thinky thoughts.
Not really.
And
Um,
confirm no thinky thoughts.
I don't. It's not a given that the ship that's flying over you and going to salvage the ship is the same ship that shot you down. Okay,
Mm.
just part. There's a large raid that happened, and so it could be that ship. I'm not saying it isn't, but I don't want you to just assume that there's only one Ogma ship that's responsible for this. It was like a whole fleet.
Yeah.
It would have had to been because of the disarray that you heard on the comm unit before it went out was just like they were being attacked from all sides.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that that's clear
Okay.
first.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that it can't be or that you guys are on the wrong track. I just don't want you operating on wrong information.
That's probably like what we're thinking as people, not actual. Our
Oh,
characters are
absolutely.
thinking. Our characters are probably just like, oh,
100%.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do want to reinforce that the idea is that whatever is at the salvage site is probably going to be what they're interested in,
Mm.
and it's not typical for Ogma Raiders to like hunt down.
Like hostage kind of situations.
Despite what Karen said.
Yeah.
Right. Well, like if you were there,
Okay.
they would grab you and enslave you
They're
and all that.
Opportunistic
not-
scavengers.
Yeah, they're not
hunters.
like typically.
Mhm.
Again, like we don't know who's in that ship, we don't know what's going on, but what the general knowledge that your characters would know and what Karen, so whether you believe her or not, told you is that they're just raiders and they're going to come get whatever they can get and move on. It's like scavengers.
Okay.
So, can medical bag boy stitch my face up real quick?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're sorry.
Yeah.
We're plumb out of band-aids.
Why? I don't know what you're talking about. There are plenty.
I
of
know you're going to
Band-Aids.
prosecute me, but I need you to clean me up for court.
That's right. That's right.
Wounds look guilty.
Yeah, they're trying and everything. Yeah.
I've suddenly discovered I'm actually pretty good at stitching flesh.
All right.
I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? I'm just gonna leave it at
That's
that.
the end, and everybody
love
just walks away.
I love it.
I will attempt to heal, assuming we have some time. Can I try to heal everybody if we have time?
No.
We're not at that
You could-
point yet.
Well, you've already done what you can for Wyatt.
Yeah, just
Like, you can
Wyatt,
only-
you can heal.
You can only try to heal it, like an injury when it happens. One time.
One time.
Every-
Okay, I see.
If there's sustained injury, you have to either rest or you have to like go to a doctor. You know what
So
I
I
mean?
am free to heal Cormac now
You're-
because I haven't healed him for this injury.
Right, and if the others get injured from another injury, you could try to heal that injury, but you
That
can't try to
specific-
heal anything more from what they sustained in the crash.
Got it. Okay. Then yeah, if I've got time, I'm gonna do that for
Yeah.
Cormac. I rolled 10 and I get 3, so 13 total.
So that'll be 5 points.
That's
So that gets you
awesome.
back.
I was only
Yeah.
down 2, so yeah,
Good.
he's all stitched up, and
Apparently,
we'll give Celebrant a nod, and
I always liked the Bach and y'all wine. You guys are really doing something special out there.
yeah, I don't really know what the wine has to do with it, but I appreciate your words nonetheless.
Hmm.
Also, I haven't healed myself. Can I heal myself?
Sure. Well, no, technically
No?
not at this
I
point
can't?
because,
Oh.
first aid has to happen like kind of within a certain window of when you get the injury. And so I'm going to hold you to this one.
How?
on
That's
this
cool.
one.
It's canon that Cell was so concerned about Wyatt and Haz that he didn't even bother healing himself.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. I like that for Cell.
Well, I don't.
Bell over there being a good person.
I
know.
think he's discovering that he likes healing people.
Nice.
He's good at it, and he likes it suddenly. He's never had a like that he's had. He's always just kind of followed what Gorgia wanted, and now he's like, huh, I kind of like this.
I could have been a
I could have
doctor.
been a doctor
a
instead of a
doctor.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Instead
sorry,
of
Wyatt.
nuts-
I'm going to have to drop this case. I'm pursuing a
Oh.
career in medical.
But,
Instead of nuts and bolts, it could have been guts and jolts.
yep,
Ran
that
out of
tracks.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
It
Okay.
started with a
That makes
plan, and then I realized I didn't have the end of it.
You did.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You stuck the landing,
You got
babe.
there. You got
Yeah.
there.
Good.
It
Okay.
works for me.
So yeah, lots of thoughts going on. I think in all of your heads as you're traversing along. Now, before I get to the next session, during this time, if you have any questions that you want to ask the people that you're with, you can do that. You know, like I don't want to rush past any opportunity that you might have there.
What
But
the,
if you don't, that's
what the
fine.
hell's
you know.
Evan doing? Like,
Yeah.
He's kind of fallen in line, you know, like you could tell he's very much out of his element. You know, he's a city boy, and but he's trying to you can tell that he's trying to like hold his own or like contribute however he can. So like whenever Celebrant goes to help out Cormac, he's like holding the gauze for him, or like, yeah, no, whatever I can do to assist, or pouring some water on it, or what should I rub some dirt on it? I don't know. I
yes,
just want to
that
help.
sounds like
And
a good idea.
The dirt
Yes.
is actually counterintuitive.
You never know until you try.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
gonna get you back.
it's interesting. I don't know why I didn't mention it earlier and why I'm choosing to mention it now, but just everything that's going on, it's just kind of, well, I'm a lawyer too, to be honest, and I must say that the way that you both are handling your case is questionable at best, and Wyatt
All right.
and or Cormac, perhaps I could offer some legal advice once we get out of this mess.
Oh well, this is actually Hazanah's first criminal case. We're quite close. It's a long story. I'm actually a nuts and bolts engineer. Why? Haz is a well. Haz, what are you?
I'm a nuts and bolts man myself.
I'm an extremely important, just sort of extremely important person. And
There's a word for it that somebody said the other day.
Marquis, is that what you're going for?
Dilettante, right? That was.
I
it.
was thinking of Marquis.
Well, I am interested to follow this case, and I know that the timing of all this seems weird, but I'm just, we're walking, and I hope that we get out of this, and I'm just trying to keep my mind active, I suppose. Well, on my home planet, there is an elite lawyers fraternity, and he kind of like points at a pin that's on his tie. And well, if you guys perform even a tad better than I've seen you so far, perhaps you can come as a guest and maybe eventually become a member. I say this all. I'm just trying to make friends, because in survival situations, allies are good. So yes, that's really all I have to say.
So you do this like it's your job.
What lawyering?
That's
What?
the thing.
Yes, I also do.
What was that word? Jor? I don't
Job.
understand.
Your
A career.
That sounds strange. I know I've heard it somewhere before, but
I'm sure it does.
Wyatt is just like,
Hey, what y'all talking about up there? It's you guys, you lawyers, you guys up there. Are you scheming? You scheming
Lawyers, we're talking about our work. What do you do
Yeah.
for work?
up there? I'm a grift.
yeah, let's talk
I'm
about scheming real quick. What was it you said earlier?
I'm a farmer.
I'm almost certain you almost said grifter.
Well, I didn't, so you can't prove nothing.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
he did. He farms
pretty
rubes.
sure.
Wyatt
He's
says
actually
that.
been,
As like an aside,
Oh, dang.
he says it to Cormac and then realizes that like he's kind of like whispering in camaraderie and he's like, just kind of shuffles off.
And Cormac gives him like the he does. Like that was a good one. Got him.
I think
got his ass.
you all should shut the fuck up. Do you not understand the situation that we're finding ourselves in? Have you forgotten what's happening here? Or are we just having a good old time with the fucking good old boys? Oh, always talking about your fucking jobs like I give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. All of you, be quiet and focus. We got to get into the woods and out of the sight of these fucking raiders, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a piece of their fun.
How old
Yeah?
does this person look?
20s, early 20s.
Wyatt whispers to a side. Pretty young. Hasn't gotten used to cursing yet. Says that one word all the time. You know how it is. You know how...
Oh my
God
fucking
damn it,
God.
you're here. And moves further away from Cormac.
Cormac was
All
like
of-
gonna respond, but then like Wyatt walks away.
All of you are
Sorry, Adam.
such fucking men. I swear to God, every single one of them. Ah! Can we just do this properly, please?
I think Has, who at this point, without the sweater, is walking shirtless with two backpacks on, and is very, very bloody from just bouncing around the ship, but has also rubbed mud on their face before hearing that the suggestion that rubbing dirt on it was a bad idea. So, has become the knight, is what I'm saying. But they will offer
Regular Rambo over here.
just this disaffected companion just a dose of recreational drugs just to calm things down. This will take the edge off. You seem a bit stressed. Just calm yourself, and we can get into the harder stuff later. If
Don't tell me to calm down.
Oh no,
I
he's
am
right.
calm.
Actually, that one's really good for
Oh my
anxiety.
God.
Sorry, Adam.
Fucking
We
hell.
can't. We can't.
Fucking hell.
Oh, was that stuff made on the outside? That's way better than what I've been using the last year.
oh sure, just pop one of these and
This is
you'll be right as rain.
This is marquee drugs. Of course, it's good. Better than toilet wine.
Y'all listen to the little lady up there. She's trying to take care of it, and all of a sudden, like he's trying to like sidle up to her and be like all sweet to her. And she's like, no, I do not need your help. Stay at the back of the line. Okay? Now, let's just move forward. You can talk about all of your jobs once we get to camp. All right? Yes?
There's a camp.
We're going to make a camp.
Oh,
That's what we do when we're in survival mode, right?
I've been
I-
camping.
For all of these boys here, none of you are a Boy Scout ever.
I went camping once.
You.
I lived my life on Planet Cracker Typhoon. We didn't have the Boy Scouts. We had janitorial staff and custodial staff. They're actually different.
Oh Lord! All right.
This is the
All right.
wrong crew. This is the wrong crew.
I know. Well, no, it's
Sorry for her.
good.
You assigned
mean-
us a death sentence, and this poor woman has to deal with it.
Yeah,
got a
and she's
metal
like local here. She knows the thing, and like as I said earlier, she's very pretty and used to like getting people like trying to talk to her, and she has this like wall, and now she's got 4 bumbling idiot men that she's trying to lead to safety, talking about their fucking lawyer jobs that they don't even do well.
I mean, it's not technically my job, but
Exactly.
I do enjoy it.
It's more of a hobby.
It's more of a hobby. Great.
She's that
No,
one
that's great.
person
No,
who's
that's great.
like,
Yeah, no,
who's
that's great.
actually got a GPA that gets assigned to like a group project with a bunch of dumbasses.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
like, oh
yeah.
no.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh,
Sorry,
man.
Adam. We
I
derailed
feel like
that.
you're trying to
No,
tell
look.
us something.
Listen.
Yeah,
I feel
please.
like
Let's go to
feel like-
camp.
I like to put myself into perspective. I'm sorry for you, Emily, for all the times you've had to deal with this as a woman. I put myself in that perspective, trying to understand it.
It's fun to
Really,
pretend, you know.
No, it
Hey,
sucks.
Adam,
It
on
sucks.
behalf of women, you're being a great ally.
I want to throw this pen at the screen. Oh my God.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, everybody.
On behalf of everyone, sorry for everything.
Okay, so after an hour of traversing this difficult terrain, in more ways than one.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. We're good. Talk about brambles. Okay.
Right.
Oh man.
I love you so much, Steve.
Cut it deep.
Yeah, macho stomping is a bad option. These brambles.
Macho stomping is all we have.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude.
What happens next?
This show got canceled. That's what happens next.
Oh man.
Wow. All right. So after slogging through this terrain for about an hour, you get this change of landscape. Oh man, I'm gonna have a hard time reading this next sentence.
Oh yeah.
There are strange mounds and oddly regular areas where the undergrowth is small and patchy, as if the soil underneath was very thin. It becomes apparent to you all that this area used to be a city. Very little remains of it now, other than a layer of tumbled masonry and road beds on top of which thin soil has been deposited. It is possible to see where highways and lesser roads once stood, and here and there a small section of wall has survived. Most are covered with creepers, which are now home to innumerable small birds. And I have a picture of these birds, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
I like birds.
These are the Marduk sparrows, an indigenous species that's very prolific to this area. And there's just like tons of them as you're walking through this ancient old ruins of a city, right? They're like crows, but sparrows, you know, but that vibe where there's just like lines and lines
ominous
of
amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
and at this point dusk has settled and these birds are flying home to roost, and this landscape that you find yourself in feels eerie, deserted yet alive, with oddly familiar shapes softened by vegetation. The wings of these many small birds create sudden sounds and movements, making it seem like there's something lurking at the corner of your eyes. You're all tired, maybe a bit jumpy, but soon it becomes too much effort to turn at every sound that you hear. It's just the birds again, isn't it? And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh, with a bit of a bird cliffhanger.
Wow.
Spooky.
Mhm.
It's fine.
So is this
Nothing bad happens in this game.
Yeah.
so far, is this what y'all expected out of this adventure?
No.
You know, I don't know what I was expecting from the adventure, but I got exactly what I wanted out of the
Yes.
party dynamic. It
Yes,
was
yes.
so much fun figuring
I
out
couldn't agree
all
more.
of this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I love that there's this tension and conflict between you guys, and now you have to depend on each other to survive. And we just threw 3 other random personalities in the mix there too. So,
Keep you on your toes, Adam.
oh my god, dude, tell me about it.
Those poor people having to deal with all of us.
Yeah, like I feel bad for them. Crash, that's bad enough, but to be stuck with us, well,
Yeah.
they pissed off a deity, obviously.
Yeah, so that's our first little section of actually playing the game. We did some dice rolls today. It didn't go well for some of you, went well for some of you,
Was anybody else like 1 away from dead?
Yeah,
Like Sam?
2 endurance left. Now I have 3 endurance, so
Oh.
I'll live forever.
I was going to say, basically a god.
I hope that all of you out there listening and watching had a good time tonight and enrolled with our wildness and totally not offensive takes on gender stereotypes. And it was so funny. It was so funny.
We're gonna have to make some edits in the back half of this.
No, we're out there.
That's it,
We're out there.
baby. We
The
live.
record will show that anything offensive was only allegedly said.
Right.
And
It's only a legend. It's only a legend.
I
Oh
love
my
y'all
gosh.
so much.
Yeah, so this is the last episode for this year, as I said at the beginning of this. So we'll let you know when we're coming back. It'll be in January sometime, and we'll get into the next part of this adventure. I think we probably got about 2 episodes left, especially at the rate that we're going, with all the conversation and distractions.
You're welcome.
You guys are, yes, thank you. I was just about to say, you guys are killing it and making this pretty easy for me, despite all the difficult decisions I have to make. It's a lot of fun to do this. And I hope everybody's enjoying it. And that's all I got to say for this evening. So
We'll see
see
ya.
ya.
That was okay.
that was pretty good.